Slam, guys, welcome to the last series of the day, last series of the qualifiers in general. Sitaux versus Slam, game number 1 on Arabia. Sitaux in red as the TaToHs, Slam in the yellow as the Chinese. Once again, Nili, we're seeing the Chinese, man. Thoughts on that?
I'm not a big Chinese fan. I mentioned earlier, I think their advantages aren't crazy. Remember, we're not starting with 3 extra villagers here. With the balance we have right now, maybe with another balance, they become extremely good again. But right now, you're basically benefiting from your diverse tech tree, plus from the cheaper techs.
Yeah.
But what's your power unit then? Is it Arbalest, Light Cav? Yeah, you have some camels, but it's nothing of my wet dreams.
Nothing stands out. No power spikes, no power units. Highly agree with that. A good assessment there. Looks like Slam starting off pretty aggressive though with some scouts. Might even die for this villager. Yep, goes for the Vill. Takes a couple spear hits, but I'd say that's worth it every day of the week. Sitaux going for some massive walls here. Kind of putting himself in a square-based situation. Opening with some archers himself. And using his scouts and a couple spears to defend here. But Slam, off to a nice start.
Yeah, he can't mind that. Got a villager kill, took some HP off the scout there as well, gets some aggression. Archer range to follow this one up and goes for some archers and isn't too far behind there. So archer range timing was pretty nice.
So looking like he's almost fully walled. Yeah, he's playing extremely defensive in this game 1. Probably just wants to abuse the TaToH's free thumb ring in Castle Age and doesn't want anything too crazy to happen in the early game where he can, you know, get put pretty far behind. He wants as little action as possible to ensure a smooth start. He's going to go ahead and just develop into Castle Age now, whereas Slam, investing into fletching, has a few archers himself. What's the plan for him past these few scouts?
I think he needs to go for aggression and add some skirms. This feels like Sitaux will play market timing, if I judge this one correctly. Only one archer range. Feels like market in the back and then try to make something happen with thumb ring timing.
And I say that this is a very easy read for Slam because that's the main threat from the TaToHs. People love to go for the thumb ring timing, crossbow, bodkin, thumb ring, and then you're still not even in Castle Age. It's a very hard push to stop. So Slam needs to read this one and needs to act accordingly. Is trying to wall up his base. With the forward gold, Slam might have to consider a tower to defend, by the way. Might be the only way to stay safe there.
Oh, let's see about this one. And Sitaux plays it without the market, which is surprising to me. Obviously, won't move out. You can see that indicated by him not doing fletching. And Slam's Castle Age timing, if we don't go for market, won't be that far behind. Maybe a gap of, well, likely less than a minute.
I was talking about this earlier, by the way, and I was thinking, like, think about how Viper plays the TaToHs usually. Don't you think that he's the kind of player that likes to, you know, go for a little bit of crossbow sometimes, but he relies on the extra town centers early on with the TaToHs. He loves to play with like a good economy. Maybe that's something that Sitau's trying to do here. A little bit of pressure early, then just boom with a couple of town centers. Because the TaToHs have an amazing late game, you don't need to go all in with this timing to win the game. Could be an idea.
I could see that. Yeah. It just felt like the corners that he skipped there felt like a very prepared strategy. Plus he was super safe there with all his walls, that it could have been something to find quite some pressure, especially because Slam had this open gold. But this one obviously will give him quite a nice setup as well. And well, the Castle Age difference will be roughly 1 minute.
It's interesting that Slam still chooses to go like into the crossbow route, even up against the TaToHs. Like he's not scared of like thumb ring, I guess. He just wants to go archers nonetheless. Not sure I agree with that. I think Skirm is better. Slam now makes the market himself. Not sure why. I hope he doesn't sell the stone because I really think he might need a tower for you know, defending the gold and all that stuff.
It's a weird market timing, right? After you click up to Castle Age, without anything specifically floating, maybe he wants to balance a bit to get Elite Scum a bit faster.
Good trades for Slam here. Really good trades for Slam. You might think, you know, Slam loses more and it's a bad fight, but he's actually taking away crossbows from Sitaux, and those crossbows will be amazing with the free thumb ring. So now less of a pushback, and Slam switching to skirms. Beautiful stuff.
Not that high on his wood count here. Obviously lead skirms will be quite heavy there. Scouts finding another pick off here. Slam, he can't be unhappy with this early game.
Yeah, no, this is best case scenario for him, and comes back to what we talked about, the no market for Sitaux. It's taken a little bit of a punch away from this early game aggression. Early cast age aggression. He's going for a university now, so it's not even about adding town centers. Nili, I think it's a mistake. I think you should have went for the selling stone approach if your plan is to go university here.
Ooh, truly interesting. Felt like a good timing, and we've seen it multiple times that TaToH can make timings happen, but Sitaux plays it differently.
Beautiful house walls from Slam, by the way. Beautiful house walls. Look at the right-hand side. He walled the front with houses as well. It's the best defense against fast thumbing crossbows. House wall everything. They can never really break through houses efficiently, and you end up being very safe for just a little bit of investment of wood. But Slam now doesn't need to worry about houses for a while. It has very good practical application here.
Ballistics for Slam. Yes, no, maybe?
Never. No.
Why?
Because if you have skirms, you just chase down the archers. You don't need ballistics this early on. Obviously, later on, it definitely works really well, especially against cav archers. But against crossbows, you can just chase them down and use the terrain to cut them off and to close the distance. You don't need ballistics to kill off crossbow with skirms. +2 armor, much more important. Adding town centers to develop economy, much more important.
Armor here for Sitaux, something I would not have expected to see. Now the skirms split though, 4 skirms one side, 3 skirms the other side. With a hill, that's something you can micro against if you're Sitaux here.
You also have ballistics. Good splits from Slam though. Dodging out on ballistics quite a few times there. Well played, man. Slam has hands, bro. His micro is one of the best in my opinion. He's really good with it. As I say that, walks right past the crossbows. Okay. Caster's curse there. Whoops.
Well, happens to the best of us.
Yep.
And this time to you as well. And, well, skirms are chasing this one down. Lots of villagers on gold right now. I don't think Slam really needs that.
Yeah, you're on pure skirm, right? You don't even really want cavalry units too much. Could definitely... Oh, he's switching back to crossbow. I don't think you need to do that. I think if you're just on skirm, you're fine. You don't really need crossbow right now, but fair enough. He's switching back to crossbow. That will defend him against potential cavalry units that Sitaux is not quite going for right now. Sitaux goes for a siege workshop, and Sitaux still yet to spend a single bit of that stone that he held onto.
Uh-oh,
Staying
Mangonel.
on the 1TC.
Mangonel could get... Oh! Just right-clicked. Could have been the perfect ground attack. Army retreats.
Backs up. Score lead for Sitaux, but too early to really dictate where that's from. 2 town centers coming up for Slam. It might feel like he's behind, but he's doing perfectly fine right now. And I would say he did a great job of stabilizing that early game here. Only questionable thing so far is the crossbow switch. Like I said, not a huge fan of that, but everything else pretty standard here for Slam. Getting a siege workshop to defend yourself as well now. Solid option.
Oh, I hate this positioning. Like, my Mangonel always is on the wrong side then. If it's that close next to the houses. Yeah. Aye.
Oh, he lost a lot there. There's a villager standing still. Oh my god, Sitaux didn't see it. Nor did Slam. Okay. That woman is just like standing as still as possible.
Oh yeah.
No ballistics now. And now it starts to hurt, by the way, when you start mixing in crossbows. That's why I don't like it. Now you probably need ballistics to make the crossbows work, because crossbows are a unit that benefit a lot more from ballistics since you can't run up close. Siege workshop for Slam completely idle. Goes for the splits. He wants to micro for some Mangonel and TaToH crossbow with thumbring and ballistics.
And the hill. And the hill. That feels so wrong.
And it's crazy because he's doing a good job with it, but like it's not really what you need to be doing right now.
Oi. Getting pushed away here quite far. 3rd town center now for Sitaux. And we didn't do any predictions yet, right? No big fight upon
I did it
us?
with my chat.
Okay.
4-3 Sitaux. Could go either way.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that exactly as well. Like, I think... I believe 4-3 Sitaux, but posted 4-3 Slam. Because obviously Gamer Legion is reading my Twitter, and otherwise I would need to explain myself. Yeah,
no, for sure. Staying clear of controversy. I'm really good at that, by the way. If you need any tips, I can definitely help you out. But yeah, no, dude, this series is super close. It can go either way. Sitaux decides to back off despite having a stronger military right now. He's finally on 3 town centers, and I say finally, he really wasn't delayed that much. You know, he's down only 5 villagers because Slam had some idle time. Slam also missing a horse crawler. The game is relatively even right now. TaToH's cruising towards a stronger late game, though.
Yeah, typically TaToH's heavy CA, Hasar, caching if you want to. And Chinese, yeah, bright in the tech tree, but a bit generic in the sense like no strong Hussar option. Arbalest, nothing special for them. And Chukunu, not like the craziest unit ever created.
Yeah, Chukunu is way more situational. It's like better against like Eagles and like just a good late game option, but it's lacking a range, so it's not exactly that strong. Let's see how Slam plays this one out here. Sitaux has the hill with the TaToH, has the Mangonauts, shoots. It's just the right click. Oh my god, it's Slam with an air ball there though.
Oh, just a prank. Oh, gets that one though. What? Hill advantage.
Oh, it was on hill. Ooh. Big play from Sitaux there, yep. Mangonaut plays are so dangerous, man.
Spearman right in the back.
Forward. Yeah, I saw that, guys. He's still going? Oh my god, yeah, we'll keep an eye on him.
Looks good.
Damn, yeah. Imagine we check back in like 5 minutes, he's got like 3-4 kills. Mangonaut goes down to crossbows. Great micro from Slam here so far, but it's always uphill.
Oh, one Mangonaut shot
now getting
dodged.
some shots.
Both shots dodged.
Yep. Big shot from Sitaux, lands it! Slam on the attack round, lands one. And Sitaux will win on the Mangonaut trades here as well. 1 for 1 though there, maybe? No. Castle defensively from Slam. Oh my god, does it go up?
I think so, yeah. The building needed to be there to block.
Yeah.
Castle will go up, but even then, like, the next spot would be right inside. Nice preemptive siege workshop by Slam there. I like that.
That's nice. He's trying to stay safe. But you know what the problem is? Look at Sitau's resources now. Oh, I was going to say it's close to Imp, but he takes into Chain, Barding, and Bloodlines. He's going to switch to Light Cavalry now? Or is it going to be Knights?
With 10 on stone?
I feel like you just go Imp and go for a castle, no? Like, go for the safe approach.
And you have the crazy hill in front, controlling one gold spot as well.
But what are you fighting for? Don't you already have it all won? Oh my god, the castle has shots, bro.
8 kills, 8 crossbows killed.
Jeez Louise. Scorpion on the left hand side, causing some problems for Slam's Woodline, but nothing too crazy.
Cancelled. Bloodline's cancelled.
Everything. Yeah.
Nice one. Nice stream snipe, Sitaux.
Yeah, good. Listening to us, listening to the commentary. Well played there. No, but what really happened is he saw the castle. He saw that all in castlage just doesn't make sense. And we have to agree with that because you know what? What are you really fighting for here? You already have everything that you got. You got the hill at the front, you force the castle, and Slam is already pinned with no army. At this point, you go up to Imperial Age and you looked for the next step, which is the Treb. Slam also saving for Imperial Age, but has no map control.
No horse color, no ballistics. Some crucial upgrades still missing here for Slam. And like, what is his army composition going to be? Is it Arbalest? It has to be Arbalest, right? For Slam.
I mean, yeah, that's really the only option because you can't go pure skirm. You die to cavalry. Probably have to go Arbalest opening and then switch to something else. And you know that the TaToH player won't have Arbalest. So you either facing cavalry or heavy cav archer, and Arbalest is fine against both. He's going for ranges at the back now.
Adds archer ranges indeed. Gold income not that pretty. Obviously 1 gold taken away from him at the front.
I want to see a forward castle from Sitaux now. You have the timing of Imp. Yeah, forward castle on the hill. It's perfect. You should get the position, go for some trebs. Now, Slam getting some towers on the left-hand side. Looking to claim more map. You can see he's struggling at finding areas where he can move out. So he's got to do all these weird things like towers on hills just to find a way to move out and expand his base.
Stone missing. Mangonaut won't be that pretty. And still no ballistics. That feels like it hurts so much.
Yeah, that feels a bit weird. You need a university, even for chemistry as well. Slam's a minute behind Sitaux. Doesn't quite have the castle up. I think it was a bit late with that, but not going to be the end of the world. He's planning a Cavalier switch right now, and he's completely hiding it. Slam does not know about the Cavalier switch at all right now.
But as you mentioned earlier, like, you can't go Arbalest as TaToH, so a switch has to happen.
Yeah. I don't even know if I like the cavalry switch. It wouldn't like skirm. I don't know. I'm asking right now. Like, wouldn't skirms on the hill just be completely fine? Like, Slam can't possibly go cavalry, can he?
I think it's actually not a bad option to place the castle defensively and play Kashik skirm in this spot.
Keshiks are insane as well. That's an option. TaToH is going, like, what TaToH is doing is not a mistake necessarily, but there's definitely a lot of options that the Tatars have here. Just questioning what's the best way to approach. But looks like he's going to go for Cavalier here. He's pretty committed. Trebuchet is coming out, obviously, from the hill. That's a very, very nice spot to be trebbing from. Bracer Chemistry now coming down for Slam. Ambitious TC on the top side. Not really sure what's going on there.
I think that's mainly to save the villagers. Oh, yep. Blacksmith was misplaced there. Cavalier's now coming in. Stable being added by Slam. He's going into camels.
Ooh.
Barely
is that a thing? Nah, I think you just go Arbalest here. You have to stabilize.
Pretty sure camels are a thing. I think I saw them on the enclosed game. Yeah. I think multiple civs even have them, yeah.
Oh, okay, you're trolling. I was wondering what's going on. I was like, yeah, but not this position. I was going to go into an in-depth explanation as to why maybe not now. Camels are
left-hand side. Oh, yep. It's not pretty. Against +4 armor. Oh, it's not pretty.
You do have the tower, you do have the hill, you do have the Maginot shot. Maybe Slam can manage there, but yeah, the Cavalier are really controlling the game. Sitaux, not the best economy behind this. Like, he's not really pulling that far ahead. He's got 116 vills. It's solid, but the numbers are still close here for Slam. If you can find a way to stabilize, that's the big thing here for him.
It still feels like lots of map control for him. Would love to see him get some of the relics now as well. Still controls one of the gold spots. Now controls the main gold spot as well. And yeah, I have to disagree. I think Sitaux's in a really good spot.
Yeah, the things just unraveled relatively quickly. Castle's down, TC's down. GG, well played to Sitaux on this game 1. Man, it comes down to Chinese just not being... They're not a threat. They're literally not a threat. They do everything generic. It's not a good Empire War Civ. Even on a random map, if Chinese didn't have such an amazing economy, they wouldn't be considered top 1. It's only... The top 1 comes from their amazing starts and it being up 2 vills. Otherwise, they're a pretty generic civilization.
And also, let's think about if we are facing Tatars, and especially in Empire Wars where scouting is more limited than in random map, you're scared of the crossbow timing, you're scared of Tatar CA timing, you're scared of the Cavalier switch, you're scared of potentially Keshiks, right? It's like so much that is tricky and that you have to consider. And against Chinese, it just feels like you're scared of screwing up.
Yeah. That literally the only threat. Like, Slam had 2,000 more resources, believe it or not, this game. And we didn't see that amount to anything, pretty much, which is weird. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Chinese really not posing much of a threat. But listen, GG well played to Sitaux. He takes game 1 here. It's still a long series, 7 games, of course, total, best of 7. So a lot of chances to come back here for Slam.
Yeah.
Hopping in now, though, Khmer Franks game 2 between Sitaux and Slam. And yeah, the map is, of course, Kawazan. 5 relics in the center on a hill with a ton of berries that you can take advantage of as well. And on either side, there's a lake to make use of with some fishing ships for those who don't know the map. So a lot to fight for here. Nili, take it away with a Civ matchup here. Khmer Franks, who's got the lead early here?
I like Franks. You don't farm that much on this map, but still it feels like you have more HP on your scouts. It just is so smooth to play. You never need to take care of horse color, that's already free for you. And then basically getting free bloodlines. Your transition is just so smooth. Plus eventually having faster or like cheaper castles gets you to them a bit quicker. I'm in favor of Franks here.
Yeah, and we see Sitaux actually going off the gold, going straight for the hunt. So not going to see an archery range switch. He's pretty set in playing with cavalry here. Slam with a lot of early walls here this time around. Playing it slightly different than the Arabia game. Not rushing for the attack. Instead, just wants to defend himself a little bit more. But is opening with scouts nonetheless. As you said, more HP. The one thing that I will say with Franks, and the one downside, is late feudal scouts do not get bloodlines. Means you're missing out on some HP. But with the opening that Slam is going for here, he probably won't need to fight with too many scouts in late feudal if he gets the walls up. Sitaux looking to contest the map with a few scouts himself.
And obviously its bloodlines cost quite a bit in late feudal age, so if you go for more than 8 scouts, Sitaux will get the advantage, so Slam will probably stop at like 5-6 there, tries to raid a bit, maybe tries to get early forging. And that's one of the reasons why we, for example, don't see Franks on like Land Madness, where we could easily go for 20 plus scouts.
Yeah, exactly. And it's no surprise to see Slam walling up early. Like, he really doesn't want to play that late feudal full scouts opening. Interesting though, from Sitaux and from Slam. Neither player going for the water here. Very interesting, because I've seen a lot of players go for water. Almost every player I've seen has went for water at some point.
Scouts now squeezing through, eating 2 hits. Yeah, especially with Hunts, we've seen it quite a bit. A good civilization for this one as well. 3rd hit now being dealt already, and Slam, that's losing quite some efficiency on his force. Yeah, a bit surprising that they're both neglected.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're seeing Sitaux maybe kind of moving there towards the lake with a villager. Slam spots it. Yep. Maybe we'll pick that up. His scouts are looping back over. Spear is there, but you can still commit to the villager if you want to. Yep. You go for that, Nili? I think it depends on the player.
I think the scouts actually won't find that much value anyways. I won't go at it at the 2-minute 30 mark, but here it feels opponent has a lot of spearmen. It's not likely that Khmer goes massive amounts of monks, so I think I liked the commitment, yeah. Yeah,
very, very interesting, yeah. I would also definitely go for that. I like that you mentioned that it depends on the time as well. Like, if it's early on in the game, you have more chances elsewhere with the scouts. But now, definitely, chances are limited. Sitaux goes for the dock up top. Slam somehow sneaks a villager to the right-hand side. So both end up grabbing a lake, but not in the conventional timing. A little bit later than most players would go for it. Slam running around Sitau's base, and Sitaux just trying to deal with those scouts and sends his own scouts back. Because, of course, Slam's fully walled. You might as well defend yourself in that case.
The only other option would have been like scouts and archers to the front, try to pressure the wall, but Sitaux apparently is more scared of those scouts. I'm a bit surprised that he's so close, but he's not clearing them up.
Why is both players going archers one range? That's so weird. I feel like both players should not be on archers at all, because like Slam is fully walled, he's safe. Sitaux is attacking someone who's fully walled. It's going to be hard to break in. Neither player should be on archers. Both players should be rushing to Castle Age and looking for the center, in my opinion. Faster castle for Slam, and I think Sitaux staying on Feudal Age with archers might be a bit of an overcommitment here. Let's see how Slam can deal with this.
Typically, you go for archers if you have a cavalry civ because you're fearing camels. But neither Khmer nor Franks have camels as an option. So typically, this is a matchup that plays out double stable, maybe monastery, and then maybe transition into pikemen.
Yeah, and why I transitioned to pikemen and not pikes right away is because of all the things I mentioned in that last game, where pikemen lose you a lot of map control and mobility, so you don't want to rush into them.
Great points raised there.
Yeah, on this map, maybe committing to pikes for the center early can be an option because there's the relics there and there's a lot of value. Slam house walls behind, by the way. Again, very good to use the house walls to keep archers out. 1 minute difference in terms of castle age now. Both players have a lake. It's quite even. No second stable from Sitaux just yet.
It's a bit surprising. What is this play? Like, if he doesn't go second stable, it has to be a second barracks. Maybe, nah, he commits to more. He's just adding some farms. Obviously, the second stable only needs to finish the moment we are reaching Castle Age. So he still has 30 seconds to place it.
No, but he's adding spearmen. He's gonna go pikes.
Sick.
But then he's also getting armor bloodlines. Oh, I think he might be doing both. And I don't know if he's gonna be able to afford both. But I can imagine pikemen.
800 food, 400 gold.
Perfect situation. And you know what? Slam has 4 archers. Those will help out. It might sound stupid, but those will help out a little bit versus the pikemen. Should that actually be a play for Sitaux?
Dock on the right hand side, completely uncontested. Slam now snuck a villager around and will contest the left hand side pond. I like Slam's position.
Love that contested. Love that sneaky dock to contest the dock as well. Or to contest the water rather. By the way, just if you want to cringe, the bottom walls for Sitaux, players need to get into the habit of scouting a little bit more to the edges because that is not looking too good. But of course, the focus is on the front. Slam actually opted to go for crossbows, no fletching. Crossbows, no fletching.
Bit surprised by that. Isn't like, what is
It's also on stone.
I thought you said no Botkin, but you actually said no fletching.
No fletching, yeah. Like literally, these are unupgraded crossbows. Not sure if I agree with that. I guess the upgrade is cheap. It is getting nerfed for a reason, but I don't know if it's that cheap. I'd probably prefer an extra knight on the field. I'm also mining a lot of stone right now. So maybe a castle on the front or in the center of the map can be the play. Notice he's not rushing for the relics, so it looks like he's waiting for the castle.
Sending 4 villagers to the front, keeps 7 on stone? No, that seems like he keeps 3 on stone. That's a weird timing.
Give him market? What can you afford here? You're gonna make a monastery, I guess.
Town center is pretty beautiful, obviously, for Franks in the center. Getting all the berries.
The problem with the town center right away is then, yeah, it provides some defense, but if you get overrun by knights, it can be tricky.
Slam fletching. Obviously lost major tournaments with that before. And now we see the dive. I think that's horrible for Sitaux.
Slam has more. It comes down to how strong these crossbows really are versus the spears. They're not really one-shotting them, even with the hill bonus. Hard to judge. Looks like Slam has more though.
Is it that hard to judge?
I mean, like, what did Slam get out of that? Like, Slam lost his 2 forward vills. Sitaux lost mainly scouts, a few knights. I felt like that was an okay trade for Sitaux at the end of the day.
Well, he traded off all his spearmen. Now monks are joining the party here as well. Double monastery for Sitaux. If Slam survived with 1 villager, it's guaranteed that was better for him. This one felt a bit closer. Oh, now both willing to take the fight.
No. This is weird. Oh, it's close though. Capture rate tells me Slam's ahead, but it's close. Slam runs back, yep. Sitaux with the defensive advantage there, pulls ahead. And Slam, where's his stone? Why is he going to the center before the stone? There it is. He bought 100. Yeah, he's got the market now finally.
So weird with 5 villagers though, because he's playing 1 TC, he can't afford to send more. Okay, now he's sending another batch there.
Okay, that's finally now seeming pretty decent. Now the only issue with adding the town center early, the castle early, is that it sets you behind in terms of economy.
Is it
Slam
though?
did clear up. Yeah, it definitely does, because you stay on 1 TC now for a long time. You're adding the 2nd TC only now, and you're adding a lot of those vills right now, which is obviously worse to have the vills not working now. So you get the relics, but there's a lot of investment for the castle. But on a map like this, I still think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gets that.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Might even try to get the second one.
Thing is though, Slam with a double pond just means he's not getting punished that hard with this low economy, because he is barely behind in economy.
No, I agree. Yeah, massive advantage for him. Could even consider a town center in the center as well one day. Just milling the berries is also fine. Wait, Sitaux is allowed to take 2 relics? Really?
3 on wood for Slam right now. He can't even reseed farms. His macro is off. 20 on gold.
Yeah. Look at the gold. Look, a lot of idle villas near the farmers, like you said. Sitaux is picking up the relics, man.
Castle is misplaced. It was not placed next to the relics.
To the relics. Town center now comes down. Slam might not even get a single relic from the center. Whoa, this is crazy. Sitaux is going back for the 4th one right now.
That's too ballsy.
I've never seen anything like this.
That could be like nightmares again for Slam. Happened against you. Where Slam had 5 relics and you heisted all 5 of them away.
True. We talked about that, and now he's getting 1 relic and he invests into a castle in the center. I knew the castle in the center right away. It just felt so off, and Sitaux got the perfect punish.
Also, this hurts as well. No fletching. Maybe with fletching he could have gotten off another volley there against the monk at the bottom.
Yeah, and then maybe picked it up. Yeah, it's crazy. No fletching with the crossbow felt so weird. Sitaux now, you've got the relics. You can just boom. Now, there is still a danger for Sitaux. Slam has the center of the map. He's also on berries with Frank, so his position's solid if he can stabilize his economy. The center of the map gives you a lot of strategic advantage, lets you move around very freely. But let's see what Sitaux can do. Sitaux feels like he's got the economy lead, or at least it's very even, and he does have the 4 relics for late game here.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head. How does a player get a castle in the center, and he has 1 relic against 4? 30 seconds after it.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I don't know whether to give the credit to Sitaux for like still committing there, or like is it like a misplay from Slam? Feels like maybe a bit of both.
Most of the time it's both, and you have to choose what kind of caster you want to be. The grumpy German one, always pointing out mistakes, or the respectful Canadian one and pointing out the great plays of one player.
The great plays, yeah. And I have to say, I usually tend to lean towards the Canadian one because I am Canadian myself, but I usually like to go for like the, give credit to the player who's winning and not to the guy who's making the mistakes. But in this case, felt like Slam was controlling the game and just kind of maybe underestimated or maybe overestimated the castle and underestimated Sitaux's ability to take the relics. Nonetheless, he finds himself with one relic though, and he still has a good amount of knights here. Can he find some raids? Can he find some damage? Sitaux seems to have the same number of knights.
9 monks. I don't even know. Franks, Khmer, do they have atonement?
I don't know. The chat's gonna have to help us out here, guys. Chat, atonement for either of these civs? Sanctity's already in for Sitaux.
It's a crazy amount. Even counter-attacking.
Fervor coming in for Sitaux. Okay.
Oh, it's still open. The base is still
God,
open of Slam. He should easily wall this one, though. He sees it from so far away. He's not going for it. Tries to intercept the monks. Oh, this could be bad.
There's still a hole, there's still a hole, there's still a hole. Slam is...
Oh no,
my
oh no,
God.
and the monks are locking in conversions. Horrible for Slam. Oh no!
Raids are into Slam's base. He dives on the monks, but he takes a pretty good fight against the monks, though. This might not be the worst idea for Slam. He's going to kill all of Sitaux's monks, which he's invested upgrades into. Slam is running away with his economy. He's sending some knights back to try to defend here. 2 town centers full with villagers. Villagers still continue to die. There's not enough space for them to garrison.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But only the main TC only has 8 villagers inside. So
Yeah,
could
he
have
could've
saved
fit
some more.
Way more, yeah.
Tries to run away. Nice raid there for sure. Forward
Sitaux
siege
split up
feels
his
so
knights
weird.
beautifully, by the way. He sent some to the top, sent some to the bottom. He didn't let Slam get away with any villagers there, it seems. 20 vill lead for Sitaux right now, so although he lost the monks, finds himself with a
Even more,
really
right?
nice
Fishing ships
vill
will
lead.
lose in efficiency. It's 35 villager lead.
Wow. Yeah, and fishing ships only last so long. But hold on, Slam is taking a good fight against the knights now. He could clear it up, which means that Slam will have the military advantage. Gives him some time to go for maybe an all-in here. He's got the center, but he's down in relics, so an all-in doesn't sound too bad. And maybe he can mine stone and go for a castle. I don't know, Sitaux is heavy on stone now. It's looking very, very dicey right now for Slam, despite him pulling ahead in score.
Time to stabilize. Second castle if you can afford it. Are you building it at home, trying to defend against the siege workshop, or are you doubling down in the center?
I think you just gotta go forward, right? I don't even think center, I think forward at this point, if you're Slam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the center doesn't get you anything if you don't have the relics, that's the whole point. Well, it gets you something, but not enough.
Berries, but look at the inefficiency on the berries there as well. He builds it in the center. He's too scared of the push. Knight count, 25 to 3.
Good amount. Is Sitaux switching? Sitaux's going for a castle in the center. Defensive castle from Slam. Sitaux abandons.
Bottom left, Slam is in.
Oh, that's what he needs. He needs a counter raid. He needs a counter raid. In come the knights.
Game is still so open.
Yep. It's anyone's game despite everything that's happened.
Pretty sick.
Now Sitaux has the houses to defend. He's got some town centers. He's got the monks going back. He's got all the options. But the raid coming in where he didn't expect it. Slam finding some nice kills here. Only one town center, not a lot to garrison. He's not using the houses right now.
Herbal medicine! But Slam, you need to be in castles for herbal medicine to be efficient. Why are you not in the castle yet?
He gets it now. Surely you go in the castle, right? Slam's waiting for Imperial Age as well. Okay, he's gonna go in the castle.
Why did he wait?
Oh.
You can go in there before the upgrade finishes.
He doesn't want to give his knights subpar treatment, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Only
He's like, wait till we get the upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, both players now up to Imperial Age. Dude, neck and neck, same timing. Despite everything that's happened, they both hit the same time in Imperial Age. Slam has 2 castles in the center. You know what? The middle control matters a lot more when it comes to Treb War.
Yeah. And that castle for Sitaux, I think it's too close.
Yep.
It's not.
Why let yourself get trapped from a hill? What's the point?
The monastery actually blocking the ideal trap position though.
That is true. The berries makes it awkward as well. I mean, just delete the monastery. It's got one relic, bro. We can replace that one.
I didn't want to say it. It hurts so much to say it, but I think it would be the right move.
He's on the hill, bro. Yeah, he's on the hill, bro. But it's only one relic. The siege burst from Sitaux didn't amount to anything, but he does have a ram and a mangonel. He's using them right now. This could allow him to poke a hole into Slam's base. Go for a sneaky raid right before Imperial Age. It looks like that's what he's trying to go for. Can I get a Hera ram in the chat, boys? That's coming forward at 300 miles per hour. How can Slam ever react to this one?
Lots of monks out on the field again. Slam goes in for the big raid. Castle there to defend it. Gold villagers have to be pulled. Lots of villagers dying. Overall, EcoKD neck and neck as well. 27-26. And the ram with the mangonel. Eventually they will get there.
Slam dove into Sitaux's base, got like 5 bills and got out on the front, right in broad daylight pretty much. Slam now takes a pretty good fight on the hill. Neck and neck in terms of score, both players up to imp at the same time. Slam is planning a pikeman transition. Sitaux breaks in now with the monk siege and knight push, but Slam is there with pikeman. What's gonna be the play here? Sitaux, do we commit to this fight or do we go back? Looks like he's gonna go back. And Slam with herbal medicine is healing up his knights constantly, or at least he should be.
Well, he has the option. What are we going for? Halberdier attack, and Sitaux goes for the cavalry attack. Should be better for Slam, especially because that means he's not that gold reliant.
Yep. And that means that relics don't play as big of a factor for him. Gold is pretty limited on this map. Like, you don't get a lot in your main gold, but you can look around. There's golds on the side as well. Slam takes a big fight on the front before the halberdier attack. Not sure about that. 5 seconds away from that attack, but looks like he's got enough to force Sitaux back. Sitaux gonna run away. Sitaux with a big raid in the middle now. Kills a few villas, but Slam has 2 castles there. And he did pick up fletching, so those castles do hurt a little bit.
No ballistics though, which is a big difference. Some halberdiers here for the defense. Slam, is he building the houses? Just walls behind there. And 4 halberdiers are already really solid against Castle Age Knights.
I was talking with DauT a while back, maybe a year or 2 back, and we both concluded that halberdier against knights is one of the most satisfying things that you can have. Knights just get absolutely shredded to them. Cavalier can hold their own a little bit, but yeah, knights just get shredded completely. Slam stabilized, and Slam has a much better position now, but he was a bit late with the trebs. He couldn't afford them. Now he's bringing them out. 2 trebs coming out for him. How can he push this one?
Wood income wasn't pretty. Oh, now the raid at the top. Stonewalls, I like that one. Just go for it. Halberdiers, where are those? Went to the left-hand side. Oh, a bit surprising there. More Stonewalls.
Baited by Cavalier.
It feels so likely that you're making a mistake there at some point, walling.
I would definitely send some halberdier back. Yeah, it's too risky. There's already holes everywhere for Slam's base right now, but he's focused on the front. Slam has a good amount of cavalry as well. He's not healing them in the castle like with herbal medicine though. I'm not a fan of that. Bombard cannons are an option for Slam, but no university, no siege workshop, so forget about that for the time being. It's going to be treb on treb action here.
The Cavaliers now found their way in. House wall behind this one, too late. Trap in the center. Pretty
Houses are close though. Houses are close. That should be fine. That's a good trade for Slam, if anything. I think I prefer that for Slam. Halberdier tech coming in now for Sitaux. Both players are going to be on Halb and Cavalier, or Halbs and Cav.
Just imagine a bombard cannon.
We need that, but we're so far from getting it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Castle's obviously cheaper to repair if you're Franks. I'd like to see masonry.
Masonry would be nice, yep. Oh, it's always a helpful upgrade in this situation. And yeah, Treb goes down. Slam landing the shots here. He's taking it to light cap. Why? Just full halberdier. Full halberdier. We need nothing else right now. There's literally no reason to get anything else besides full halbs.
Trap goes down. This looks so good for Slam. Population is even. 4 relics against 0, but just the map control feels so good for our Canadian now.
Let me do something. It's not to rub more salt in the wound for Slam, but he's got this position without the relics. Imagine if he had 5 relics. The middle is so overpowered on this map. It's so overpowered. The middle map control just gives you so much. 3 traps now from the hill. He's splitting up his halberdier because he's got to defend the gold at the back that he's taking. Sitaux has a lot of halbs himself, but the thing is about Franks though is they get hand cannoneer, they get bombard cannon, and so they've got a better comp with their halves. Whereas Khmer forced into Arbalest now. It's a big transition.
Why are we moving out with those knights without upgrading to Cavalier? We had 11 of them and it doesn't hurt that much. Is Slam really thinking he will never get onto gold again?
Yeah. Wasting those knights, not even healing them beforehand with like the herbal medicine. Like herbal medicine didn't really pay off, you know. It's a bit weird, but Slam, dude, Slam is all in this one. He feels like he's got to end the game fast. He's really worried about the relics right now. Forward castle, he does have that gold nearby that he can take because he's got the map control now. Sitaux is expanding towards the sides. He's taking some gold there. Score neck and neck. Sitaux pop cap though.
Chemistry finished. Would love to see bombard cannons. Would love to see some hand cannoneers added as well. It still feels like all the numbers, if we look at them, it feels like even or a slight advantage for Sitaux. If we look at the map itself, it feels like Slam should have the advantage. Whew, look at mass amount of upgrades flying in for Sitaux now.
He's really
big engagement.
The next composition. First trap down, second trap in question. Mass repairs from Slam could come through. The Halberd are chasing the Cav. Trap goes down. All three traps go down. Arbalest behind, Halb's in there as well. But the light cap broke in for Slam. He could easily get in some raids now. Castle's obviously helping to stabilize. Chemistry is in for Slam, so Bomber Cannon is an option. Castles do more damage.
Still no ballistics though.
No ballistics.
Could have easily been 2-3 more dead. Arbalest there. Still 4 castles in the center. Now the Halberdier raid. Oh boy, not easy to deal with that. Sitaux needs to send his Arbalest back, something he doesn't want to do.
He doesn't have a lot of castles in his base. Just got the one. Look at Slam's control with 4 castles. Don't you feel like he's really cutting off the map there? Brilliant stuff.
Slam sitting on 7 farmers though. Not really the late game setup that of his dreams.
Yeah. He seems super all in, but I don't think it needs to be that all in. Like there's nothing wrong with like adding in some more farms, sending movers to the berries, and taking that gold that's like sitting there outside of Sitau's base. Slam is controlling that area right now.
Bombard cannons now being added, some raids in the back, but Slam, he ideally wanted to stabilize population, not trade off weirdly. Halberdiers, I'm probably the wrong one to say, but not your best raiding unit.
As long as he can maintain control of the center, I think Slam is okay. I think that's the big thing. Sitaux dropped a lot of villas, by the way. Slam has a defensive castle coming up now. I hope for his sake the castle goes up, because if this castle doesn't go up, it's problems. Good quick wall behind it. The castle should be able to go up now.
Well, it leads the barracks to send more villagers, but I think the first group is already finishing the job.
Yeah, he's so panicked, man. Oh, I feel so bad. He's so panicked. God, it's so easy for us casters to sit here, man, and watch this game, but the players are going through hell right now. You can just tell them the nerves are everywhere.
Pop 130 for Slam.
Town center.
I'm getting scared.
What are you scared about?
Sitaux.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Honestly, like 21 military. The thing is, only 2 traps for Sitaux. That would be tricky to break this area.
Yeah, and the thing is now, Slam can take it as slow as he wants. I know he's down the relics, but at this point, you just gotta concede that. Yeah, the monastery is the target for the trebs, eh? So we kill the monastery, then we want to take it slow because we're mining some gold right now. So we have some time. We still have the main, middle ground, and we're not 200 pop yet. We need to stabilize to 200 pop. Take your time. You got the position. Make more villas, make more army, and just wait it out. Slam with the bomber cannons now, looking to snipe the trebs. Monastery goes down. 4 relics in the middle of nowhere. Sitaux still has control of them, but needs to pick them up if he wants to benefit from it.
Bombard cannons, the focus of those Arbalists. Halberdier is now trading off in the center. Slam, 140 population. Still doesn't excite me that much. TC at the left-hand side went down. Slam doesn't want to trade army right now.
Yep. And just to explain a bit more to the viewers here, the reason why Slam doesn't want to trade army is because he's got a lot of room to 200 pop. Sitau's at 200 pop. He wants to lose units to replenish them. So at this point, fighting benefits Sitaux, not fighting benefits Slam, but Slam's the one engaging, which is very weird.
Bomber cannons from the center. Also not picking up that relic there makes me borderline aggressive. Now the repair on the castle that still doesn't have masonry. I'm not sure if Slam's nerves are affecting him here. It just feels like the optimal play. Not really an option with all the pressure Sitaux was putting onto him.
Yeah, and Sitau's done a fantastic job expanding off to the sides as well. Notice that Sitaux didn't just sit in the center. He's now over on the right-hand side. He's looking to reclaim the left-hand side gold as well. Slam getting the armor upgrade on the halberdiers. But what is your composition here? Bomber cannon halberdier? Not the most impressive in my opinion.
Look, especially against all those Arbalest numbers. You're really getting into trouble. Obviously can't really add skirms here if you're Franks. Getting some snipes there, but now the distance is close. Traps are moving forward. Or Sitau's playing a beautiful situation here, or puts himself into a beautiful situation to maybe allow himself into the comeback. Don't get me wrong, I still prefer Slam's position. It just feels like Sitau's putting on so much pressure while behind.
I prefer Slam's position a while ago. Now I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Sitaux did the right thing to stabilize. Keep in mind, Khmer late game is better. We get Hussar Tech. Everything else is pretty much the same. Arbalest is a plus. I feel like the longer this goes on, the more it favors Sitaux. Not even counting the relics, but when you count the fact that he's got 4 relics, he's gonna have an amazing late game here.
Yeah. Now the raids at the left-hand side he's in. Will Slam be broken here?
Yeah.
And this is
Slam
tough to
does have
macro.
a castle though. Slam has a castle and 2 town centers. He could potentially survive through the raids, but it's just another layer that he's got to focus on. And Slam, most of his focus is on the bomber cannons in the center, right? Because that's the only thing he has to deal with Arbalest. Slam is now 0 on gold and no relic. Officially 0 gold.
Ooh, that hurts so much. Throwing X-Men non-elite here. And gold at the left-hand side now taken by Sitaux as well. So he can even go for more traps. He has 5 traps. Oh, he only needs to clear up the bomber cannon once. And this is the misstep by Slam. No, now the traps can come. I think another castle will die.
Oh my god, look at the Arbalest as well. How can you misstep with those bomber cannons? They should be so precious to you. The raids, it's the raids that got him. He was focused on the halberdier, sending the halbs back because there's light cav raiding you. Slam going for his own raids now. Slam has a stable in Sitau's base. The game is so messy. Population though, a lead for Slam, Nili. For the first time in the past, 20 minutes? Slam has a population lead? That's a pretty big deal.
Light cav raid in the back. Sneaky villager.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Sitaux is very exposed. He also is not using the house bonus with convert too often for some reason.
Would love to see some more upgrades for Slam though. No last attack upgrade. Still no botkin. No last defense for his cavalry either.
Yeah,
5 traps moving forward.
Not a bad option here. This is a big moment. 5 traps. Is there siege engineers? Not quite. Halberdiers taking the fight. Halberdiers acting in composition. It's not bad, but he needs the cannon in position to snipe the trebs. Slam goes for the repairs. Not a lot of stone in the bank. Pretty late on the repairs in general. Cannon makes its way to the front here.
We'll get 1 shot there at the bottom. Now probably needs to micro to the side. Arbalest are coming in. X-Men are trying to deal with this, but X-Men are not a counter to Arbalest.
Yep, not at all. In fact, it's actually very weak to Arbalest here.
Loses the bombard!
No, how? To the Arbalest?
No, trap shot.
Oh my god. That's so impactful. Look at Sitaux, nothing's stopping him anymore. He's pushing in the trebs, he's not waiting for anything. Slam has no time. He's got no time, he's got no composition.
Viva la France! He's pushing in. Traps shooting uphill against the castle. But still like 4 relics to none. Arbalest are continuing. Lightcav can't even afford Hussar. But Q is up, going down heavily in villagers. But the army pushed through the center is the main story.
Slam had nothing in terms of composition. All he had was the map control. All he had was the center. And now that that's taken away from him, I don't think there's much stopping Sitaux from pushing all the way back to the center and claiming the sides once again. Score lead still for Slam, but you can see it's going to be switching in just a moment as Sitaux continues to ravage the center here.
It feels like soon it's 5 against 0 relics. I think probably Sitaux has more thoughts towards that 5th relic than Slam had for a very long time. And Slam has to tap out GG. Crazy comeback by Sitaux. How can he be so far behind and still put on so much pressure?
Literally, if I had to tell you without you seeing this game that Slam had a castle in the center with a monastery and the better army and lost 4 relics out of 5. No one would believe me. I can tell that story to anyone. No one's going to believe me. How did that happen? How can Sitaux get 4 relics, keep up the economy lead, and just survive all that early game pressure? Brilliant stuff from Sitaux this game. Honestly, he showed really good composure. He used the map. He didn't tunnel vision down the center too often. And brilliant game from him in general here, honestly.
So many upgrades missing. The light cav were missing 2 upgrades. We still didn't have botkin. We still didn't have ballistics. We didn't have handcart in a 50-minute Empire Wars game. We didn't have masonry. Chemistry was late. Allowing the gold at the left-hand side. You could have had a galley there. It's
so many things.
It is so much pressure that Sitaux put onto him.
Yep. You give Slam. Sitaux has 13k more resources total collected, by the way, and that's just a testament to the Khmer farms. Look at that, 9,000 more food from farms. Sitaux also had more gold, mostly due to the relic gold. As you can see, 3,600 relic gold. Excuse me, I tabbed out. 3,600 more relic gold, and in general, more villagers for Sitaux. Beautiful stuff, though. He goes up 2-0. Sitaux looking dominant so far in the series.
Sick.
There we are, Slam in the yellow as the Bohemians. His opponent is going to be Sitaux in the red as Byzantines. And we're going to have the map being the bull. For those who don't know what the map looks like, there is some shorefish up top that the players can use, a lake to either side that players can dock with some deep sea fish, and then of course the middle that's blocked off by a small line of trees that has a ton of gold and stone, although there is a small passageway to the center from either side. There's a lot of ways to get in there, but also a lot of ways to deny your opponent to get in there once you have the control of the middle.
And we see both players heavily thinking about that already. Both players sending in potentially 2 villagers. We can see Sitaux sending 2 and lots of walls. Seems like I didn't see damage for quite some time on this map towards the normal center.
I'm actually not sure if this map was intended to be like a closed map or like a slow developing map, but no one wants to ever fight on this map. Everyone just goes for full walls early, and that's that. And then as far as the approach to the center, I've seen a lot of different things work, but as time goes on, it feels like most people like to just send some villas early, go through the gap on the bottom, and just have some presence in the center. That seems to be the most popular strategy.
Slam takes quite a good fight here and has 4 more HP. Doesn't want to take the fight again though. That's a bit surprising. Oh, gets another hit off.
Yep, nice. He's definitely winning that scout fight. Sitaux does manage to get that dock set up. Also, notice Sitaux immediately goes with his villagers straight towards Slam's gap. I'm 90% sure he's going to go ahead and wall that gap with stone. Sitaux can easily go for a dock on Slam's lake if he wants to as well. There's a lot of options here with sneaky villagers. Let's see what he decides to go for. Slam going for a bit more of a generic opening here. Nothing too crazy with any vills. Just goes ahead and gets the dock. But now has a villager moving towards the center himself. Let's see what the players go for.
I like Sitaux's wall so much more than Slam's, by the way. Walling to the edge of the map instead of creating the egg for yourself. Because now Slam can't leave and go outside. While he also, I think, didn't wall to the edge of the wood line with this gate.
There's a hole there, yeah. So Slam's walls are just a mess in general here. I mean, there's a chance he doesn't get punished from this, but if the game gets messy and all of a sudden he's not like able to leave from there, he's got to delete walls, it just gets really, really complicated. By the way, Sitaux will spot Slam's villager here. Scout's too weak to kill it on its own, but he knows about it now.
Why did Slam lose his scout?
Oh,
he had
lost a scout.
More HP scout, yeah.
Oh. Maybe he ran into a spear or something, but yeah, Sitaux has 1 spear, 1 skirm, and 1 archer. That's enough to kill Slam's villager and secure the center. Look how some small military investment can net such a massive advantage here.
And then Slam really needs to focus on trying to chop out, which won't be easy. Both players now going for the market. Both players kind of rushing the market. And again, Slam, market, just like on Arabia, after he clicked up to Castle Age.
Why he's doing that? Like, I'm okay with not using the market to click up. I think that's fine. But like, you don't need the market after that, you know? Slam cues a galley to defend the scouts from Sitaux. So Slam losing his scout is a big deal. Although that being said, Sitaux does lose his scout as well. Probably don't need that galley for Slam, but he's still going to commit to it, it seems. And Sitaux, with all the presence in the center now, walled up both sides, both entrances.
Four archers, very long distance, trying to get to Sitaux. And yeah, getting out there won't be easy. Oh, look at that. Now the wall's behind.
Yeah.
Slam will need to play with what is given to him at the top of the map. This is probably the moment where you try to expand and go for shorefish.
And you go for a push on the land. You have to push though, because you can't let the game stall out. Because if the game stalls out and the other guy has stone and gold in the center, it's basically GG. So right now, Slam is forced into 100% siege workshop forward. 100%. He has to do something. Whether it's now or in 2 minutes, he's got like, I'd say 5 minutes to start launching some kind of meaningful attack.
I think in like
walls him in completely.
200 years in the future, when we're still playing this map, Sitaux would stop chopping his woodline now, because the only way for Slam to get into the bull now is to kill Sitaux's base and then run through the hole that Sitaux created.
No, I disagree, because Sitaux wants to leave as well. He wants to get in. He doesn't want to go around with villas. He wants to leave and make town centers. I think 200 years in advance, Nili, you should probably just retire if you're going to come with ideas like that. No offense, buddy. Anyways, Slam is at the top with the town center, now going for the shorefish as you mentioned. So one good idea, one terrible one. And Slam also going for Bowsaw and a university. So maybe chemistry, something that could be interesting. Going for chemistry, going for some hand cannoneer, mangonel push. I can see that working out maybe. Sitaux with Byzantines has some options, going for bot cannoneer to start things off, going for Bowsaw as well.
I was about to get offended, but then you said no offense. So we're all good.
And perfect, yeah, I'm glad you saw it the same way I did, bro. Yeah.
Okay, Archer's trying to make something happen. Can eventually kill the fire galley and harass a bit. 3TC play for Slam, but it just feels like Sitaux can play the game that he envisioned.
Yeah, I like how Sitaux set this all up. Like, he sent 2 villas, not just 1, to make the dock, which let him get faster to the other side, made just a couple units to help defend it, and now is going for a town center on the wood. 3TC setup for Slam, and dude, his resources are looking very decent here. Maybe some fast tip shenanigans can be on the cards. It's difficult without the stone for a castle, but maybe with Bohemians, bombard cannon, hand cannon, or something like that can be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think we need a siege workshop, and then we can go up. Board 100 wood. Yeah, Slam was stuffed for wood here. That was the main issue. And indeed, siege workshop is being built. Interesting position. Wants to be really close to Sitaux, apparently.
But why would you make it defensively? Is this idea to reclaim like the wood? Like he wants to break the walls, or is this idea to push the main base? Because I would imagine that the main base is what you should go for now. Sitaux has a mangonel himself on the map, mainly just used to see what's up, I guess. Look at the Byzantine vision, by the way. Town patrol is such an underrated technology.
Where would you have liked to see the siege workshop?
From Slam, probably like just outside of Sitaux's main base, like trying to push, I guess. I'm not sure though. I'm not 100%.
Okay. Yeah. I think you can go either mangonel, clear up the archer, and then you can chop yourself out. Or I would have built it more at the top, where actually we now have the mangonel, and just wait for bombard cannons. Yeah,
that's kind of the idea I had in mind as well, and then just go for the main base push. Listen, he's up to Imperial Age now. And chemistry can come in very early. So bombard cannons ends up being a really strong unit here. Not a whole lot Sitaux can do versus bombard cannons until he gets up.
No. I think it has to be like mass skirm play, kind of.
I actually like Slam's position here. Despite, like, normally I hate it when they take like the middle and I'm just stuck on the outside. But Slam might have the best strategy I've seen on this map to someone who gets walled out like this.
12 on stone for Sitaux right now.
Castle on inside or outside. Maybe he wants to keep himself flexible. Byzantine castles have a ton of HP, so you can definitely make things happen with that.
I don't think he needs a castle right now. If he builds it at the top, it gets killed. If he builds it at the bottom, it is not achieving anything.
Good point, but don't you think it buys a lot of time if he builds it up top? Or would you rather just not mine stone, get up to imp, and save time that way?
I'd rather go imp and get units out myself.
Okay.
But obviously, like, I'm not sure if Sitaux realizes that Slam is imping. Probably by looking at the score,
true.
he gets an indication, though.
Yeah, yeah. It also might be like the only thing he can do. Like, if you're not getting pushed in castle, the guy must be on fast imp. Slam is getting pushed a little bit, but I don't think Sitaux's push is really that strong. Mangonel can defend. Yeah, Sitaux now has a good amount of resources, by the way. Looking to click imp himself. So he'll have imp and a castle. But what Slam will have, he's going to have the ability to mass bombard cannons early on. And using those bombard cannons can start to take out Sitaux's base and just mass them up in general. Going towards Hoof needs long term. Gets this first cannon out now.
Hand cannoneers, I think, could have been added earlier. Don't we think like 3 hand cannoneers can easily deal with those mangonels? Maybe
Absolutely.
4? 4 should one-shot, no? Oh, no, we have Pierce. Okay. Probably more.
I think it actually might be 4. They might get some bonus damage there. It feels like it's crazy amount of damage that they do, but I'm not sure. Might be lying there.
Okay, Monk out now. Mangonel micro. Well, neither really wants to engage.
Yeah. I think Sitaux is actually the guy who probably wants to engage right now, if anything, because you want to wait for your castle to go up. Those mangonels are pretty useless. Might as well try to trade. Yeah, it gets a nice attack ground there. Brilliant stuff from Sitaux. And yeah, I think it's indeed 5 shots, Nili. Great micro from Slam there. It kills all the mangonels. And yeah, Henkenir, quite a strong unit. Only one of them dies here.
Really?
But runs face first into a castle.
Okay, first bombard cannon. Economy is okay for fast imp. 3 town centers. How much gold does he have left? 300 plus 600 plus 200. 1437. And therefore he needs to think about it within the next 2 minutes. To somehow... I think he can maybe claim Sitaux's gold.
But why not make more bomber cannons? He was so late on production. He's now getting housed. Oh my god. It feels like every time he puts himself in a decent position, something random goes wrong and ends up stalling the game out. Sitaux has that castle now, which will buy himself a lot of time, I believe.
Third,
So I'm losing...
third Henkenir lost to the castle.
Yep, yep. Nasty stuff there.
Is that... Oh, actually, you can play block printing monks against this.
Block printing monks and scrims are not bad, actually, yeah. But the thing is, Sitaux's economy is not that much better than Slam's. Like, Sitaux only has more gold and stone. But as far as actual economy, not that much more. So he can't afford to, like, spam scrims here necessarily. Block printing monks does sound pretty interesting, though. He's going for chemistry, though, so maybe bomber cannons.
Oh, you know what Slam should have done? He has
What's
one villager at the bottom. He has them still at the pond. And all the 5 relics are always at the bottom on this map. He could have easily built a monastery and could have gotten the relics.
Oh, man, 5 relics actually solves the gold problem. Like, if you get the relics early, like, you suddenly have the same push, and you have 5 relics, which is, like, at this point, an extra 500 gold and ticking. It's pretty decent, man. That's not bad.
Sick. I would have never thought of that in-game, though.
Yeah, for sure. That's a prepared strategy. And now that we've noticed it from casting, this is why casting helps a lot with discovering strategies.
That's
now
why Memp and I are winning all the tournaments.
100% there, yeah. Of course, you
Yeah, you can't finish that sentence. Don't try to finish that sentence.
Okay, you. That's it.
Okay.
That's what I want to say. Stable for Slam, though. Interesting. Not sure what he wants to go for.
Oh, it's something that counters...
Hera
moves into the shot.
Dude, it's so funny. Okay. Slam's cannons are dodging everything. Sitaux raids the top with some skirmishers. Not a bad idea.
What's for light calf?
Light calf feels weird here. You obviously need a counter to skirmishers. But I don't know how many light calves you can really afford. I feel like
bombard cannons for Sitaux and bombard cannons of Slam are really clumped up.
He manages to pay attention here.
I think the skirms actually made it
God,
worse.
Slam tanks the castle.
Ooh.
Skirms at the back here. Finding some raids. Slam is taking advantage of the wood at the top as well now. Sitaux walled a bit on the left-hand side. Something to keep in mind here. So Sitaux really restricting Slam's movement now. And Sitaux with some traps to defend this one. Is it going to be enough?
Need to receive repairs. You must not lose a single bombard cannon here.
Yeah, it's so crucial. And you're up against the BS Treb RNG. You're up against bombard cannons. It's really, really weird here.
Market prices are still really good. Wood is actually above start.
Could easily sell some wood. Stop losing hand cannons to the castles. He got a bomber cannon sniped. No. Slam is falling apart here.
Some more repairs. Skirms dodging as well. Sitaux is so active and so good with those. And another bombard cannon goes down. Slam can't take it anymore.
Treb, man. The Trebs are so insane. Sitaux was sniping the cannons. Oh my god, that was probably one of the more frustrating games for Slam. And it sets them 0-3 now behind. How to even continue after a game like that, man. Ay. Needs a crazy comeback story now for Slam. Imagine if he lands it though. Like the reverse sweep to get into the LAN event.
I would love to tell that story to my grandchildren.
Yeah. You can look now at the statistics. KD was
Slam is not built for tourneys. I think you're not built for typing.
Ooh, Nili's defending his teammate there. That's what I like to see.
I'm defending making sense.
Yeah. But this, I agree with that because like
one of the greatest achievers of Age of Empires history. Like,
it's literally top 10 greatest players of all time, and we're knocking them like that. Like that doesn't make it.
No.
Hopping into the game, Slam in the yellow. It's Hindustani. Maggers for Sitaux in red, and looks like it's gonna be a stable opening for Sitaux and an archery range for Slam. So archery range this time around against the Magger player makes a lot of sense, and looks like Khmer was used, by the way, Nili.
Yep, got that from my chat as well. Helpful people around.
Yep.
I didn't scare all of them away yet. Oh, Slam goes for a dog play. Interesting.
I think it makes sense when you go archers, because if you think about your win condition when you go archers, your win condition isn't to run around the map and like attack, right? It's mainly just to sit back and defend, and you want to be proactive when you defend. So the way to be proactive is to get a fishing ship advantage, and therefore getting an economy advantage. That makes sense to me. Logical perspective there. But of course, the risk there is that you invest a lot of the wood that you need into fishing boats, and wood is a pretty scarce resource on this map.
Yeah, it is tricky indeed to get the control. Slam spawning with 3 lumber camps in the back, so long distance to even maneuver to the front there, while Sitaux has a more natural way of expanding towards the center. And the first scouts are being annoying. Slam moves out to Spearman to Archer.
Yeah, going for an early attack is, generally speaking, a good idea with the Archer player. You have a small window where the Scout player is very vulnerable. You're not going to find this window in like 2 minutes. It really is just an early game idea.
Whole 2 scouts in. Slam, that's not...
Scouts.
Oi.
Still fight it off though. Spear coming. It's not the end of the world, but the pathing ends up being a little suspicious. One Ville goes down there for sure.
Is this guy built for tournaments? I'm not sure. Second villager likely to die. Slam needs to find damage at the front.
This is good for Slam. I promise you this is good. On Atacama, it's all about the military. He's got the fishing ships coming up to recoup any Ville losses, and he's killing a lot of Sitaux scouts. That being said, Slam did get kind of cleared up at the front, so it's kind of complicated now. Second range going down for Sitaux, going into a bit more of an archer skirm play with just a few scouts behind it.
Ooh, second archer range, that's interesting. Outpost by Sitaux.
Love it.
Next to the wood line. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep. Get town watch and you're chilling. You don't need to wall on this map. I think just 3 outposts on the sides and you're good to go.
3 scouts versus only 1 on the field. Won't be that pretty, but low HP scouts.
Yeah, archers are definitely king here. Scout and archer balance is really weird. The archers are almost always better in early game until scouts get armor or bloodlines. However, the scouts do have the mobility advantage, so there's that to factor in. Slam didn't go for the dock, by the way. We thought maybe he wanted to go for it, but didn't commit to it in the end.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. Looked like he wanted to go for it, but...
Skirmishes added now. Could easily be popping to Spearman. I think now get out. You have the hill advantage, and that will be tricky for Slam to take. 4 skirms.
Oh my god, you actually can't go out. He blocked your exit. The scouts are there for Slam. But TaToH takes in a brilliant fight there. What a play there. Bring out the skirms from behind. And Slam now taking not the best engagement there. TaToH brings out a few scouts. And now with a tower coming up at the front as well.
Interesting placement. Also that he rushes it with 4 villagers here while pushing the army away. I thought he could have done that a bit slower.
4 scouts and a few archers on the field now for Slam, adding in the second stable. But once again, we're seeing the second stable versus Magyars. It's counterintuitive. In this case, it makes a little bit more sense because the Magyar player is on the ranges, on the skirms. Slam continues to make archers from 1 range. He's down 2 villas constantly as well because he lost them on the initial raid.
We have fletching for Slam, fletching and forging for Sitaux. So 1 more free upgrade there. Bloodlines for neither player. Market for Slam as well. Floating quite some gold with only 1 archer range. Now tries to take this engagement, but as mentioned multiple times, if it's just full scouts from both players, Magyar's just dominating.
We're coming in now for TaToH. 40 seconds away. Might want to wait for that before committing to any crazy engagement. Does have the cheaper scouts though. Slam now as a market. So we're committing to a lot of early game units, but then we make a market. Those are conflicting ideas there. Buy some food. Maybe that's just to help him make more scouts, I guess. Okay.
Armor for Slam now. Now he is the one who wants to wait for the engagement. Goes for massive farming. Obviously can't really afford eco upgrades. We have the wood upgrade afforded for Sitaux. Quite a nice advantage, and obviously his woodline is so much more efficient compared to what Slam has to work with now.
I like what Slam did though. He actually sold his stone and made and bought some food and gold. Got bloodlines, so he's gonna have early bloodlines. TaToH getting it just 5 seconds after. TaToH also, he is on the water now. He added a dock, looking to fish it up a little bit, gain an advantage that way.
Scout advantage for Slam. 9 against 7 right now. Lots of HP on them. Scouts going a bit into an interesting area. Has to micro back here, Sitaux. Probably both players wanted to wait for bloodlines.
Now there's going to be a big fight. It's going to be tricky. Who wins this one? It might come down to micro. Slam does a really good job clearing the skirms first. Then goes the archer. He's moving really nicely. Is this going to be a cleanup for Slam or what?
Way better archer micro there. Sitaux off with his timing, loses some more. It just feels like Sitaux had the better answer there with having forging on his scouts.
Slam has the best micro possible there, I feel like. And Slam ends up winning the fight, especially with defender's advantage. But I don't know how big of a win it is. He's going to force TaToH to make more army. TaToH spamming down a stable. You know what Slam's going to do? He's going to go up the castle. Wait, that's actually so smart.
Oh, needs to wall the center though. We need a second house. Has the scouts around there. Oh, this is tricky though. Woodline relatively exposed. I like the walls. Would have loved to see them even further forward. Walls with 2 more villagers. Tries to plug every single hole now. If the scouts are getting in, lots of trouble for Slam. If he gets to castle age and TaToH's just grouping up numbers at home, beautiful position for our Canadian.
Exactly. That's what he's hoping to have happen right now. He's playing the mind game. He's pretending to go full feudal. By the way, a sad part of the story here so far, Slam does not have double bidax, so he's severely hurting in terms of economy here, but might have that castle age timing. He's going to be up to castle now. TaToH still maybe a couple minutes away, and Slam does have 4 scouts on the field. Let's see what he can find. TaToH getting his market now.
Archers inside. I like that.
Yep. That's going to help out. And TaToH going for a forward tower. I like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's why I said walls a bit further forward could have helped out. Tricky to answer that.
Block out that tower, eh?
Forging now for Slam. Would be the time to check if we have all the eco upgrades. Maybe did that. It's now going for the wood upgrade.
Yep.
And this will be tricky. I don't think Slam can hold this. And he's already really inefficient with his woodlines in the back.
Power push coming up. TaToH up the castle age is a minute away right now. TaToH also has the nice fishing economy. 5 fishing ships on deep sea fish. That's a big boost, guys.
Easy peasy for him right now. Needs to wall more at the gold, I believe, Slam. Although trying to get there will take quite some time. Isn't this a spot where we even need to play like 3 stables for Slam here? Or is the economy too bad?
Third. Yeah, he's got no wood for the third. He literally, all he can do right now is 2 stable camel. He can get +2, 2 stable camel, and look to see what he can do from there. The problem is though, camel is not the kind of unit that just destroys villagers and destroys buildings. It's strong against units, yes, but pretty limited against the, you know, as far as the raiding unit goes. So he's gonna find yet another unit, yet another vill kill maybe. Doesn't quite catch it. My bad, sorry.
He X'd the front.
Ah, okay, yeah. Camel riders coming out now as well. +2 armor, bowsaw coming up. Okay, so Slam doing the best he's got with this position. It's not exactly a complete loss from his position. He could have some really nice comeback with the camels. But Sitaux's definitely ahead. Sitaux's got really good map control. So Sitaux's got some towers. And Sitaux has a ton of resources going into the castle right now.
And a reasonable number of archers, right? If he gets to like 10, 12 archers and gets to upgrade them, those camels won't find anything anymore.
Yeah, indeed. He's going for that crossbow plotkin and then probably some knights.
Nice center control, gets more outposts. Such a methodical, clean play. Although, losing his archers potentially. Oh, that's actually sloppy.
Ooh. Wrong position. Oh, he deletes the house. Can he secure them? Slam desperately going for it. Oh my god, goes for the gate. What's he going for? There's nothing really to be done, but finds a way to get those crossbows deep into the position here. Feels crazy with those gates, man.
I love those. And I think we will see way more of those in the future. Like, way more. That's, for example, in deathmatch tournaments, they're already banned. Because it's just like, you can screw up with armies so easily.
Yeah. And you play with like the stacking of crossbows, melee units can't find them, yeah.
It's really pretty strong.
Yeah. Oh my god, Slam is finding the beautiful raid here. How can Sitaux let this happen? So many camels near his economy. And they're killing a lot of the units that's there to defend as well. Spears coming through. Spearmen are okay versus camels. Definitely not the worst unit there.
Not killing a lot of villagers though. Look at that, defending this one. Found another kill. EQ KD is 2-2. 17 minutes into Atacama.
Wow, yeah.
I've cast games where we are 25-25. 17 minutes into Atacama.
The famous NBL Capoch and one of the Red Bulls as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know about that one. Sitaux finally bringing enough units to defend though on the front. And Slam gets some raids behind. Sitaux has a tower to defend, but the camels are pretty resilient to arrow fire. It's not as good as a knight, but they do okay versus the tower. Vill count 56-60. I should say worker count. There's some fishing ships involved. Second town standing out for Slam on the top. He's getting onto stone. He's getting wheelbarrow. His economy is looking okay right now behind us all. Great raids on the stone as well from Slam.
How many villager kills is he finding though? Make it 1, make it 2, make it 3 most likely. No, it stays at 2 and a spearman.
Yeah.
And loses a camel and some HP. Not that crazy.
Sitaux's going for pikemen now and looking to attack with knights and pikes. Oh my god, Sitaux is on track to find some massive raids. Slam scouts it though, goes back with those exposed villagers.
Needs to run those knights and spearmen. Well, we'll find 1 villager kill, that's it. Gold is saved as well. Sitaux's full eco doesn't excite me too much. What a messy game now.
Yep, there's action everywhere. Slam is raiding with a lot of his camels. The pikemen on the front though from Sitaux, uncontested. How do you clear those pikemen? It's not exactly obvious how you deal with those guys.
Oh, CA switch could be something, but do we really want to go CA against Magias? Because then they just go for the same thing, and in the long game we are upgrades behind.
And the problem with the CA switch right now is like the wood. The wood for Slam is really bad right now, so CA is a very hard option to go for. I think monks might be his best play. DauT is saying long swords. I definitely agree with that.
Tower still doing quite some damage. Eco upgrades low for both players. So actually okay-ish now for Slam. Ballistic something that Sitaux could really benefit of. Would have enough wood. Enough stone for a castle pretty soon.
I'm okay with getting ballistics here because you have some crossbow, you have a lot of towers. It feels like a really good investment actually. Pikemen now helping out on defense. So Slam's camels, they were strong for a long time, but now there's units on the field that can really deal with them.
Crossbow pikeman. Camel's really not shining against that, even if you attack a bit faster. Tower helping out a bit as well. And that is not a pretty fight. Look at how many camels he lost. Ay.
Oh my god. And Sitaux is looking mighty close to Slam's gold right now. Slam has a few camels to defend, but the pikemen are close by. Sitaux.
Are they though?
The pikes.
Takes some hits, and now the rewall behind it maybe. The farm just expired. Could have been a perfect spot to rewall.
Sitaux really doesn't want to fight there? Doesn't want to go in? That's weird to me. I guess he's playing it a little bit more safe. But felt like a perfect engagement to me. Sitaux was really close to the castle, but he just invested into the town center, so not quite 650 stone in the bank just yet. Although I do think a forward castle can be a fantastic way to end this game.
I think his plan is more, let's do outposts everywhere, see where Slam is going onto wood, and then the moment Slam decides on one wood line, then we build a counter castle.
Okay. I don't even hate that. But the thing is, while you're doing that, Slam is now heavy on stone. Maybe he gets the first punch with the castle. We'll see. Gulam is a pretty good switch right now. We should talk about that a little bit, maybe. Could be a good unit to counter the pikemen from Sitaux.
Not crazy good against knights, though, and Megas obviously loves those. Some walls here. Sitaux with his gates.
So fancy, man.
Oh, but those camels, they don't want to go in there. They could easily be trapped.
Oh,
Houses behind
Sitaux.
it. And now the villager behind. He could trap.
Market.
Oh, gate!
Oh, close. Nice try. He did see exactly what you saw, but it's tough in game. Tough to execute all the time. Well played, the Sitaux, to even think about that. 600 score lead for him now. Neck and neck in terms of worker count, but now is the forward castle. This is the perfect timing. Slam does not have a castle to react with this. Slam doesn't have the army to fight this. And Sitaux sent all of its economy. Look at that.
Quite some villagers to the front. Now some houses at the side, not even needed. He has such a big army advantage, but how would he know? And look at that, Slam now moves around and builds the castle at a way better spot, in my opinion.
Wow, he's going for the castle to control the wood. Slam has the opportunity. You give up a few farms. Like, Sitaux's castle is very forcing, but if Slam gives up a few farms, goes to the back, rebrooms on the side, and then works his way towards the center, that's an opportunity. The game plays on.
I love this castle for Slam. Like, he is down 3-0. I'm sending him my energy for sure. Crossbow trying to come around, trying to make something happen. And even deletes a house there. So he thinks he can maybe stop this, which I don't believe. But now the knights are getting closer. No,
I don't think you stop it. You kill a few vills for sure, but I don't think you stop it. The castle will go up eventually, but the vill kills definitely worthwhile here. Of course, Sitaux kills a few vills. Castle goes up now. Gulams are a possibility. Great against crossbows and pikes. Not so great against the knights once again. Could just use this castle though to reclaim the wood control, which is fantastic, right? And look at the castle from Sitaux. All of a sudden, it's not doing a whole lot.
Magia Hassa, not the unit that is super crazy, especially if we have to pay the full price there. I really like the spot for Slam all of a sudden. I don't think he is ahead, but compared to the situation he was like 4 or 5 minutes ago, certainly improved.
That to go for a castle in the center of the map, by the way, that might a snap decision like that might have just saved him the game. We'll see. Giving himself the most amount of chances to come back, that's for sure. Pikeman still there to defend the camels. Indeed, Gulam transition is on for Slam, but now Sitaux has easy access into his base, and that's the big problem now for Slam. He needs something to defend his base more than just the one town center. Could use a second town center, that can help. Yep, going for a second town center on the stone.
Is that not open between the woodline and the house there? Yeah, it is. So could lose some villagers. Still no ballistics though, so villagers can get away and more focused on dealing with those houses apparently. And the raid in the back, so Slam, nice macro. Arson?
That's a weird one. Didn't even notice that was coming in.
Lots of villagers in the center, really exposed. Town center could easily fall.
He's gonna go for the town center with the camels right behind as well. Gulams and the camels are together right now.
Let's go Slam.
Sitaux.
Let's go Slam.
That's another town center, by the way. Like he's looking to abandon the middle. The score is getting closer and closer. Is Slam pulling a comeback here?
He's at in population and he gets to a dream army composition. Gulam camel?
Yep.
Good luck facing that.
Pretty much. Yep.
Pikemen become useless. Gold is getting raided. That will be dead villagers out of the TC in the center. Slam is making it happen.
Slam's getting raided on the top side, but he's got enough town centers to defend himself right now. Very, very messy situation. Slam now has a ton of wood because he's got that wood control in the center that he can definitely play off of. Gulams do get cleaned up though. Camels couldn't really help them out there.
Boy. Army at the left-hand side won't find too much. Would love to see another town center by Slam in the center. Find more villager kills in the center area as well. God, this is so messy. I love Atacama.
Yeah, it's one of the craziest maps in the tournament, that's for sure. Slam continues to create Gulams now. Not quite the most impressive camel production. He's got a couple stables that he's bringing them out here and there. He's got one stable that I can see. But he's keeping a few camels on the field, which is nice to deal with the cavalry. Yeah, Eco KD is not 2-2 anymore. That's true. It's 53-24 now. Game became wide open all of a sudden.
Eco upgrades still not pretty. Would love to see some botkin for town centers and the castle for Slam. But that's a lot of dead villagers in the center. Unprotected.
Look at the raids on the right hand side as well. So not just the center raids came in.
Wow.
Slam's killing some vills. Slam gets the score lead.
Look at all those new farms.
Slam, you're feeling really good. Yeah, Sitaux, he's desperate. Farming like he's Khmer as well. Things are getting messy. Mistakes start to happen. He's down 11 vills.
How do you even place those farms? I'm so confused.
Yeah, you just place them in a circle usually. He's placing them in a line. Kind of crazy here.
Gulam with the help of the castle, obviously in the center doing quite some damage. And it feels like Slam is increasing his advantage more and more. But look at that, he's still... his mindset is still saying, okay, I don't have the center control. Builds more lumber camps on the outside instead of going for the safe center.
So much wood in the center of the stake. I love that, man. That's just a testament to how freaking messy this game is. Clears up that back army now. Slam increasing in score lead. Has the camel Gulam. It feels like Sitaux. Now Sitaux has a terrible economy. Work efficiency in the last minute, 45%. For Sitaux right now. Yep.
Yeah. Close to double the income now for Slam last minute. Just villagers working so much more efficient. And what are Sitau's options now? Not on stone, can't get other castles up, tries to stabilize. CA sounds like a horrible unit. Not like he's running out of unit options. Slam next castle.
Yep. Villagers moving forward. Dude, he's going so aggressive with these castles. I love it. That's going to deny the gold. That's going to kill the tower. Handguard coming in for Slam. That's going to help a lot with his economy. He's got farms everywhere. Maybe it's time for Slam to pick up ballistics as well, just to help with the raids at home. Get ballistics, get bodkin or something like that can be nice.
It feels to me that won't even finish because Sitaux is now taking a fight that he knows he's losing and just desperately patrolled in there. Not really sure what his thought process was. And I think Sitaux has to accept that Slam will be on the scoreboard 3-1 upon us here. The castle just such a good position, even continues with some towers.
Yep.
Camels are pushing in another tower there. Slam is hungry for the kill.
You know what I love about Slam right now is that he is not being shy when he gets a lead. A lot of players, when they get a lead, they try to be too safe. He's going for the kill. More towers coming through, not giving Sitaux an ounce of time and space right now. Continues to push in. Camels and Gulams diving town centers right now.
Crazy stuff. Beating Magyars. In a fashion there where he was so far behind as well. Like Sitaux had such a big advantage, and now Slam is sitting on 4 beautiful town centers. In the back, everything looks pretty solid. And, well, someone raids will be coming in, but Slam has to be happy with the raids that he's getting in all the time as well.
And now Slam finally gets Bodkin there, which is going to help not only his castles, but also his town centers back home at dealing with those raids. Ballistics, like I said, is an option. He's got a ton of stone, enough for another castle. Would you say a defensive castle now for Slam, just to kind of chill a little bit? Or yet another forward one? Looks like he's going forward. Look at those villas up top. Oh my god.
I think a chill castle would make more sense because that's the way to lose, right? All those farmers in the back rather unprotected, but now he's sending in camels for the defense. So that's another like very aggressive forcing castle there, which will look really successful. I think a defensive castle is the safer approach, though.
Yeah, I feel like this is like it's the kind of mindset that like Slam is just trying to kill and end the game. He also probably doesn't know how strong Sitaux's economy is. He just imagines that he's winning. But Slam is doing a really good job making some camels to defend constantly at home as well. He's obviously losing a few villas every time raids come in, but he's keeping it pretty tight there. Gulam's getting picked up by the knights, but the camels are there. Castle goes up now, and Sitaux forced to abandon that post.
Okay, now deep strategic question. What do you think is the best timing if you're playing Hindustanis to go for horse color?
Yeah, horse collar was missed. I will say though, it's probably the least important upgrade in a game like this where there's so much going on. But now you probably want to pick that up ASAP. 39 minutes, but brutal farming economy as well. Half the farmers are idle now because the farms are out.
I think it could have paid an upgrade that could have paid off.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. We'll have to run the numbers on that one for sure.
Oh, villagers at the top still expanding. Like, why does Slam not trust? He has 2 castles in the center. He could have like 40 villagers safely on wood, but no, he decides to go for more lumber camps at the top that are exposed.
And it's so much more exposed as well. I swear, I think you had it right. It's the mindset. Like, he's like, I don't have the center, you know what I mean? He gets horse collar though. Things are changing. He's gonna go to the center wood now. Things are really changing for Slam.
Another lumber camp and 4 trees.
Oh. Hold on, lumber camp in the center. Nili, he's turning his life around right
Let's
now.
Go. No, he sends all the villagers back to the top. Oh man. But massive rage with the Gulams here. 110 villager kills now.
127 villas for Slam. It's a good amount of villagers.
It's indeed a good amount of villagers. Not a lot of production right now military-wise. Is he thinking about imping this one? Tough to be broken, but also feels like Castle Age army pays off in some sense. So
yeah.
Not the easiest decision.
I think it's one of the most challenging decisions to make as a player is the Imperial timing, because it's such a big commitment to invest 1,800 resources into an upgrade to next age. It's often tricky to determine when you want to go ahead and do that.
I think we have to think about the castle placement of Sitaux. Maybe some outposts and then a counter castle to Slam could have made more sense. Just felt like his castle achieved way less than the castle of Slam achieved.
Also, there's the idea that when you're ahead, like Sitaux is massively ahead, right? Viper would, like, think about Viper, he would never go for a forward castle when he even has a slight lead, right? You just make a castle at home and you just continue to develop and continue to get further ahead. Why go forward and risk it? But then again, Slam's brilliancy to find that beautiful castle in the center in a split second, that was crazy, right? To come back.
Yeah, 6-6 stuff. So how many lumber camps does Slam have now? I sound 19.
19 lumber camps.
20 lumber camps.
Oh my god. And still making more in the center, bro. He's got 2,000 wood worth of lumber camps. Sitaux now making a cast at the back. And notice how Sitaux not tapping out? Because he had a lead in this game, he's desperately trying to hang on to it. You know what I mean? He's not ready to call it.
Yeah.
Wood price is still pretty good. Slam still has a bunch of that. Slam looking for Imperial Age now.
Yeah, looks like
it. I think Sitaux's days are numbered right now. Less villagers, weaker and less military. I mean, the map control speaks for itself as well.
Camels being forced back. And now we are adding... We had enough resources for Imp. And we're adding 4 camels. And husbandry.
Yeah, I guess to match those raids at the back.
Probably.
Yeah, Imperial Age needs to be coming in now. Sell the wood, man. You gotta get there. There we go. Slam up to Imp. With the forward TC? No. With TC up top. Respectable. Not gonna lose that one ever, pretty much.
More stables in the back. Villagers could be sent somewhere safer. Maybe farm around the castles even. It's not too bad, right? Just a mill. Put 6-8 villagers there. Just guaranteed safety.
Props to Sitaux as well, by the way. He actually managed to get up to Imperial Age himself despite everything. Finding some great raids as well. I know the game is looking very grim for him, but like, honestly, well played to keep yourself relevant in terms of the Imperial timing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
4 castles against 2 castles. And it's tougher for Slam to find good angles. For Sitaux, it's just really easy to know what castle he wants to trap first.
Sitaux also mining a ton of golden stone on the side, but those are running out quite soon. Yeah, you also have 0 army composition to go for. You have Halbs and Cavalier maybe as your only composition. That's not the most impressive one. Gulam looks like a unit for Slam that's not really interesting at this point. Maybe switching over to some Cav Archers himself. Something else could be nice for him.
Light Cav by Slam. Gold price crazy when it comes to food, by the way. You have to invest 195 gold to get 100 food out of it. So
wow.
People heavily bought. Although both players have crazy food economies now. 3rd defensive castle for Sitaux. Wants to stop the raids. This game is far from over. Sneaky stable at the top as well.
Feels like Sitaux has more mines. Where's Slam's gold and stone? He's taking some stone up top. He's taking Sitau's gold as well. So it feels like he had more for now. Slam up to Imperial Age. He is, what is that, 45 seconds faster. +2 armor coming in for Sitaux. And now 2 trebs on the front for Slam. And wants to start taking out the buildings from Sitaux. He's got a good mass of camels. And he's going to go camel skirmisher. Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't fault that. Camel skirm.
Only now the 2nd armor for the horses.
Yep. Yeah, he's been playing all game without the 2nd armor. I just caught that as well.
Oh, that hurt so much. And pikemen didn't have a single armor upgrade.
Yep. Although that one's not the most relevant because there's no range units. But yeah, the raids with the knights could have been much more effective.
Sick. Oh, that really hurts. So traps going for the left side castle. Should go down quite easily. And raids are continuing for both sides. Just crazy how efficiently they are killing villages of their opponents all game long.
Big raid on the bottom as well for Slam now. Finding the good battles there with the camels. And GG's called. Slam puts himself on the scorecard. 1-3. Slam is starting the reverse sweep. If you guys believe, the series seems to be far from over, man. Holy moly.
Comeback story starts right here, right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will love the YouTube VOD. 3-0 after 1 hour. And suddenly the YouTube upload is 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's like oh, the Nili put black screen at the end of the videos.
I used to do that.
It's a comeback. Yeah, I know it's something that does hurt your watch time though. So
yeah, like algorithm was completely killing me and saying, yeah, no one watches the last 1.5 hours of your videos. You have to be complete trash.
Yeah, the ending of your video sucks ass, Nili. What's going on?
Oh man.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
The head of YouTube messaged me like, what's wrong with you?
Why can't you end the video? I can imagine you going for like some crazy ramble in the last hour and a half. No one cares to stick around for. Damn, good stuff. Brutal game though. Slam manages to come back and, dude,
crazy fashion.
The reverse sweep, it's definitely possible. Slam, that's a good game for confidence right there. And
now a good map for Slam coming up with Acclivity. So we are over here, and archer range opening by Slamboy, archer range opening by Sitaux. No surprises here. The big question is, how do we get onto enough eagles there quickly enough? Scale mere armor for the eagles, and now we're already starting to farm quite early. 1 barracks, 1 archer range. The question is, what are we going for after that? Is it the second barracks? Is it the second archer range? Second archer range now for Sitaux here as well. 5 villagers on gold in the back. So will be an archer skirm mix most likely. Slam goes for archers, way more on gold himself. You don't need that many houses with Incas. As you can see, 35 out of 75 already here for Slam. Didn't need to commit that one.
Alright, I'm hopping right in myself right now. I know you're already casting.
Yep, but KD is 0-0. Some skirmishes.
Perfect.
And we see all the scout finding a kill here. We had 2:30 live in the game.
Yep, all set up now as well. Inca's Vietnamese, interesting. A couple of Eagles already on the field for Slam. Just trying to catch myself up here. Okay.
And we see no armor for Slam right now. So plays fletching only, while we should see +1/+1 for Sitaux. At least that's what I'm believing. And goes for a stable. So 3 military buildings here in Feudal Age. Quite an interesting choice.
Yeah, pretty heavy commitment here. Vietnamese are also really strong in early game, by the way, with the extra HP on the archers. Normally, it doesn't matter too much on random map because the games are less hectic, but now tends to be a lot of fighting early with the extra HP. Look at that, an archer, quite low, but has that extra 6 HP, so it's actually like half HP at the end of the day. So Vietnamese comes off to a very strong start for the most part.
In random map, we often have the scenario that like we have 8 against 8 archers and 12 against 12 crossbows, and therefore you over damage a lot. And it barely comes to the situation where the 6 HP actually makes sense. But in a 2v2 archer fight, holding out another arrow is just so good. What does Slam... Slam is only playing 2 military buildings. Against 3.
And the thing is...
This could be scary.
He's also missing double Birex and he's selling his stone. So he's going very all in for the timing in Castlage. Not a bad idea because Eagles are so strong, but a very risky idea. Let's see if he can hold on now. He's adding a second barracks.
Open at the front.
Walls are nowhere to be seen, bro. Scouts coming in now.
And he's pushing. What?
Is he misreading the situation? Does he think he's much better than he is?
Okay, now he is walling the second layer. Only now realizes that the stable is up. He needs some more houses which need to be saved. Do we see another house Slam? Is he that good? He is having a hole.
Oh my god, but he's got 3 vills on that scout. He's gonna clear it up instantly here. Loses 1 vill, but that's not the end of the world. He needs the wall. That's
house.
the important part. 1-2 vills is fine.
Give me a house behind it. Or goes for the palisade. Okay, he's safe. He's safe. And he will castle age like 4 minutes earlier. And he's fully walled.
That's a pretty big deal. Eagles also a pretty huge factor. Slam now walling up the top side. And the Incas is not the strongest Mesosive in the world. They don't have some crazy economy bonus, but they get off to a strong start, not needing as many houses. And of course, the Eagle Warrior is being a pretty big factor now. So behind us, sells this stone himself, using the market quite heavily there.
Yeah, I said 4 minutes earlier. It's more like 1.5 minutes earlier. So, yeah, very heavy shifting gears here for Sitaux. Don't look at the score if you're a Slam fan. 2 barracks for now, still open between the market and the barracks and the blacksmith. Barracks 3 now coming.
And it looks like Sitaux here looking around for more damage, but not going to find a lot. Slam, and great defense there, picks up a couple archers, keeps himself safe. 3rd barracks for Eagles now, really committing all into that. The only downside of going all in Eagles here is that, you know, getting extra gold can be tricky. You only have a 4 tile gold to start off with, so you have to expand quite quickly, which could obviously come with a lot of risk. Castlage is in 10 seconds now. Slam has a good timing window right now.
Okay, let's see about that. There's still a hole that Sitaux knows about at the front. Gold, I don't think, will be pressured too much by 4 skirms and 1 archer over the wall. Even double gold for Sitaux. He needs to make sure to not have a single hole. Villager being sent forward as well for the siege workshop.
Middle of the map, I like it.
On the high ground.
I like that, it's good. Because if you do it too far forward, the guy can just run past it sometimes and get the hill. If it's on the hill, you always have that threat, I guess.
Okay. Scouts around, trying to find some intel of the situation. Siege workshop should be spotted quite easily. God, this intense Hera.
So intense. Sitaux, he's got some scouts near Slam siege workshop. Slam, really smart play. Walls in the villager that takes all the precautions he needs. Sitaux's up the castle now. He's got crossbow. Could go for some knights as well, but he's only got 8 farms. Remember that.
9 eagles on the map? That doesn't sound too scary to me.
I mean, it's not scary until the siege comes out. Once the siege comes out, it could be tricky. Second stable now coming up for Sitaux. I think what Slam needs is probably a monastery as well. Something to deal with the knights. The few skirmishers and archer that Slam has is going to help him hit over the walls right now, which can be quite nice.
What direction
all
to the
in
right
back
in
home.
the back? Crossbow number looking scary though. 14 now.
Yeah. And he just picked up a couple eagles on the way over, which is not what you want to be doing as if you're Slam here. Losing any eagle is just going to set your snowball a little bit further behind. Loses the villager on the front as well. What's going on here? Slam had such a good position, but now he's kind of throwing away a few units.
It's like it's falling apart a bit unless he breaks the gold at the top. Uh-oh. Sitaux, he needs to look at that. This could be the chance for Slam. He's in!
Wow, how can you make a mistake like that? Sitaux had all the time in the world to react. He wasn't paying attention, and he's still not paying attention. Finally reacts, sends the villas back. Sitaux going for a counterattack himself, looking to stay active on the map. Crazy stuff here.
Uh-oh, Villager lead 4, Slam here now, 14 eagles on the field. Army still incredibly scary for Sitaux. Slam rewards all this area, moves villagers. Gold, as you mentioned before, runs dry pretty quickly. Slam a bit too active there with his eagles. Scared the villagers away quite a bit. Now takes the fight against Knights, but the big scary thing is in the back of his base.
And maybe he needs to go back with those eagles. He stayed there a little too long for my taste. He's massing eagles back home with 3 barracks. Maybe he's going to find enough. He needs to be able to defend his gold. If he loses access to this gold, the game ends on the spot. However, feels like he's got enough eagles. Gonna come down to some micro here.
Villagers will have armor, so they will survive some of the crossbow shots. Obviously not the full volley there. And eagles, they are diving in. Sitaux wants to get between the stone and the woodline. Denied by Slam. Beautiful position.
Pretty decent surround. Eagles are all over the place right now. Getting some downhill hits as well. Not a bad cleanup for Slam by the looks of things. Is there enough eagles is the question now. Vietnamese archers do tank a lot of damage.
Oh, the cavalry falling. Nice moves here by Slam. He surely has to be happy with that clear up military-wise. It still looks better for Sitaux. But Slam now has the map control, and it will be tricky for Sitaux to move out again. Just feels scary to put your foot out.
Slam sent his Mangonel back, by the way. So he was really ready to defend. He's going to now expand to another gold on the top side of his base. He's got a good amount of eagles to clear up the army from Sitaux behind his base. Now could attack with some eagles and some Mangonels. Interesting to see how he manages with that.
First gold spot is dry. Slam, is he trying to buy himself a town center? Looks like it. Buying 100 stone back. I like it.
Yeah, not too bad.
Lots of knights against the eagles. Mangonel shot okay-ish here. Do we get a ground attack? Doesn't seem like it. One knight instantly falls. Mangonel wants to go for the crossbow shot. Not allowed by Sitaux.
Mangonels felt like they were just not the right investment here. Maybe monks would have been much better. You pick up some relics to get some conversions. The siege amounted to nothing, right?
Yeah, felt like it. No pressure at all at the front. Simply because Sitaux was so active with his knights and scouted the siege workshop instantly. There was no like this one pressure point
Yeah.
where Mangonels really are paying off.
And even Slam, like when he tried to attack, it was like hitting multiple sides. It wasn't like a push down one side, even when he had the pressure. So definitely has to rethink the siege workshop for the future. If he manages to stay in for the future here, losing one game.
Did he delete the house?
Now.
I think he deleted the
I think
house.
he did a while back. He did it a while back. There's nothing there. So can run in. Slam, no reaction.
He's sending his eagles away.
Yeah.
He's trying to make a counterattack happen. Sitaux really exposed on the outsides though. Ooh. Could be a big raid.
Counterattack viable here? Slam is on 3 town centers all of a sudden.
Not bad.
He switched up the game completely on us, by the way. It was an all-in, but now it's a 3 town center game. He's counterattacking quite heavily now. Like you said, Sitaux, rather exposed.
Heavily on stone. Way too heavily if you ask me. Don't really think a castle is doing too much for us. 17 villagers on stone right now. Now pressuring the same gold at the top again. But this time Sitaux won't allow it.
Yeah, Slam had the wrong idea with the counterattack, and he needs to go around the outside and not just run into the walls, right? Because now you run into the walls, you alert your opponent, you can't break hit all of a sudden, and he's got knights to defend. There is a hole, though.
9 eagles. Should lose to 6 full HP knights here quite easily. Slam not taking the best engagement. Now tries to run. I don't think that's really an option. I think you have to take this fight.
Knights will catch up eventually here.
Not with melee pathing. Improved after the last patch, though.
No. that's unfortunate. Actually, you just can run, apparently. Husbandry coming in now. And
So bad.
big idea here is like Slam is on stone, but he's selling it. So he's got a very inefficient economy despite being on 3 town centers, which makes me question why go on 3 town centers in the first place.
Protect villages mainly. Right.
But don't you just want to win fights? Like,
yeah,
know, man.
ideally. It just was really messy. Probably
Eagles
floating
back
wood
home.
and felt like, okay, I can afford a town center.
yeah, it's very, very possible. Yeah, defending the villas, it's a logical step. Just might not be the most optimal one. Has a lot of eagles on the field.
Crossbow, not shooting.
Yep. Oh. Sitau's got enough knights though, surely. If he just consolidates his knights here, he should be fine.
Oh yeah, grouping up. Nice move. Yeah. Town center helping out a bit. I don't think Slam wants to take this fight or really clumped up. Doesn't want to go down. That hurts.
That's brutal. He's losing 3-4 eagles here every single time, by the way. Really getting thinned out. I don't know what he can do. Monks, man. Monks is the only option. Monks will heal your eagles up. Monks will convert the knights. Monks is the play here. And Slam is kind of sleeping on that.
We don't typically see the eagle player having the lower numbers. Just feels like so many knights, so many crossbows. Army value. Triple the army value for Sitaux here. Now goes for the market building that is so crucial to Slam's economy right now.
That's the only thing keeping the economy intact. Forward siege now for Sitaux as well. Looking to really put the pressure here. +2 armor coming in. His army is extremely strong right now, if you ask me. Continuing to snipe those from Slam. Oh my god, Slam's in a rough position here. He's got more villagers, but the army on the field. Sitaux is just controlling the game so well.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful play by Sitaux. So active here. The number of knights that he could muscle up with Vietnamese. Absolutely crazy. Just got onto such a good food economy. Something we don't usually see from archer players. Now runs under the town center. Is he trying to take out the town center?
No, I don't think you go for that. You go for the villas and you get out, probably.
No.
You're wrong. He's gonna go for the town center. Don't know if I agree with that though, honestly.
+2 armor.
Yeah, but I feel like as a defender, when you're all in, or when you're trying to go all in Sitau's in Slam's position, you want to see your opponent wasting army like this or using his army like this.
Town center is at least ungarrisoning those villagers. Question is, will it be enough? Okay, now some repair here by Slam. Eagle numbers not really rising there for the defense. But it just
needs to send some units back though, right? Like you can't counterattack right now. You need to just clean up the attack at your base.
Thinks he can. Oh, now did he ungarrison? In different directions?
Ungarrison. Oh my god, this is brutal. This might end up being so good for Sitaux here. Slam has this one army just running away from knights. Not the most efficient here.
Oh man, knights are moving forward now. More crossbows. Takes doesn't even take the TC out. I think maybe a step he could go for. Could even go for farms. It feels like there's minimal damage, but well, Slam is actually relying on that food economy on the long run. In the long run, and knights are scaring away the eagles. What are the options for Slam?
Town up top, by the way. He's got 2 TCs up top, so he loses one. He lost a few villagers, but like. In theory, he's still even vill count right now, and he has a lot of town centers up top. So he could continue to develop into this game, I think. Problem is the army, though.
Army value. Ballistics desperately needed, I believe. Huh.
Would be a nice upgrade. Mangonels, though, for Sitaux are coming in. He's mainly on knights, I feel. Maybe ballistics isn't really the play because he's on knights. So, like, the play is like siege and knights, and the crossbow only fights when, when the eagles engage.
32 crossbow. I think that you will find some more damage.
Yeah.
Big engagement's not unlikely as well. Pressuring the town center at the top, and that's the main one to get gold right now. Other town center's not really on that.
And Sitaux has 3 TC behind. It's not like he's all in or anything crazy like that. He's got a really reasonable setup. Look at that defensive castle from Sitaux.
Oh, smart.
The only thing that can go wrong is getting dead rated by eagles, and he's gonna have a castle to defend. That being said, the eagles are coming in at a weird timing here. Slam, he needs to find the castle position right now.
I don't think this should work out too well. Look at how well prepared the quick walls are.
Yeah.
Eagles arrive at 60%.
It's not enough. He's gonna get a few kills, but it's not enough. Meanwhile, Slam is losing a ton of ground. Lost 1 TC for sure. Sitaux continues to push on. Slam with the castle back home, also keeping himself relatively safe.
But push just continues at the top.
Dude, honestly, if Slam finds a way to stabilize...
Could be some dead villagers.
Yeah,
Slam.
that's a big raid.
Okay.
If Slam finds a way to stabilize, Eagles give insane value once Imperial Age comes in. I know it's a tough task, but if you can somehow just wait until Imperial Age, find one fight maybe to get yourself there, rely on some monks.
But what is our defending unit there against the Mangnol crossbow knight push
Castles,
at the top?
guard tower, castles, we have a lot of stone, right? It's something weird has to come for it, but like maybe guard towers can be the option, or just towers in general near the town centers.
How many guard towers do we need?
Well, one near each town center, that's for sure. But it seems like Slam is late to do that either.
I think
I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
He's building it far in the back. He deleted some farms, is buying himself stone, and wants to build a castle in the back. But that's a tricky spot. I don't think it will be in time.
Well, those bills will die, and they're gonna have to run. Oh, so Sitaux Magno with his own crossbows there. That was interesting. Oh my god. This is not gonna go up, is it?
Yeah. Slam thinks not. That castle needed to be earlier at some spots. 19 on stone. Slam needs to be decisive in some way.
Slam is up 15 villagers, by the way, but he's down 50 military.
Rebuilding both of his town centers that he lost earlier.
In the same spots, eh? Gotta make use of those farms. Continue to run around.
Yeah, I need to do something for the Slam fans here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he has the Ville lead, but I think he went a little too crazy with the Eagle raids. He needed something to defend his base. Guard towers, a castle.
But he's trying to go for the wildest castle ever. Look at all those villagers, but 4 knights are welcoming him. And I think we have to welcome Sitaux in Heidelberg, because that castle, even if it was going up, I don't think it will be enough. 76 villagers now, not a single military unit. He's going for the castle again, but villagers are still around. Goes for it way more defensively. That won't even give us too much. And the Ruttons are coming over. Even if the castle goes up, so many villager losses will come.
Slam was at 9% worker efficiency last minute. Now it's rising. 9% worker efficiency out of 83. Slam with a desperate castle here. This goes up, and then he's probably going to call the GG. Goes out in style, but Sitaux... Beautiful game from him, man.
Really great play. And Sitaux, a lot of people hope you enjoy Germany. Congrats. Slam, the man of honor, the man of class. Congratulations to Sitaux.
Wow. Dude, I can feel like the pain in that statement, because obviously Slam wanted to enjoy Germany. Now it gets over to Sitaux, but shout out to Slam for the sportsmanship. Shout out to Sitaux for a fantastic series here. 4-1 over Slam. Clap in the chat for Sitaux, the Frenchman. First time for him at an international LAN event as a player. And first time, I think, in a Red Bull main event as well. So big things for Sitaux. Been kind of an up-and-coming player over the past few years in tournaments. Doing better and better every time. So, yeah. Well done there.
Feels bad for Slam. Also really happy that Sitaux is there. I think we will always be split. Sitaux was in Red Bull 5? That's not correct. Red Bull 4. That could be it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he made it to one main event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So well played to him. But still new to a LAN event. Still big things. And congrats to him for making the Heidelberg roster. And he's the last person to join us there. Top 16 is already made. Interview time, I think, for Sitaux now.
Indeed, that's the case. So we should probably jump over there. If you have any questions, type them in the interview chat.
Perfect.
Sitaux!
Hey, what's up?
Congratulations. What a big win. The biggest of your career, arguably. And that's even including the big performance in KOTD. How do you feel?
I'm feeling really good. Yeah, like really good.
Nice. It felt so deserved as well. Let's go back to last weekend. You were already handled as one of the big favorites to qualify, and then you had this crazy close set against Daniel, who then later won his round of 8. What were your takeaways from the first qualifier?
when I saw Daniel winning 4-0 versus Valas, I was like, okay, my set was close, so I'm close to qualify. I just need to like get a good seed, and I shouldn't face like Jordan or ACCM, which were really scary to face. And then I felt favorite versus everyone else, I think.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And you were going into the set against Slam. How confident were you there? Because I think last time Red Bull qualifier for 5, he beat you, right?
Yeah, he beat me, but I was really confident because I practiced a lot. I think I played more AoE, like 1v1s in 2 weeks than in my whole AoE career. So yeah, I practiced like crazy. I was prepared on every map. I watched all his games, so I knew what to expect from him and what to do versus him.
Okay. Then we went into Arabia game 1. What do we have as civilizations there?
We had Tata versus Chinese.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Tatars, you played the 1 archer range, no fletching, into a relatively fast castle without the market use. Was market use ever on the table for you?
If it was a longer feudal age, yes, but with Tata, the ship lasts so long that you don't even need market. Like, if you need market, it means you have 2 million gold because you could have those villagers on ship.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like that approach for sure. And then you basically got out there with the crossbows and got the hill in the center. Did you ever feel like there's a way that this game could slip away from you?
Yeah, because I felt like my eco was probably a bit weaker. He had like Chinese, probably more eco upgrades. And I think Chinese is better early imp in those 3TC fast imp plays. So I was not really confident even after I took an advantage. I knew I had to push. That's why I did manganels. And it worked.
It worked indeed, yeah. Mangonel Micro was pretty on point there. Then we went into Kavasan and a game where we went completely crazy. Slam had the hill, had CC next to the berries, and you still were able to make so much happen in Castle Age. What happened there?
I think the double monastery carried me because I was taking so many good trades and also stealing the relics. That was such an important move because I think I got like 4k gold.
How does that like happen in the game? Like, are you smiling there? Are you thinking like, oh, poo, you dodged a bullet, or what was going through your head after you hazed those relics?
Okay, normally I would smile, but here I was so stressed. I don't think I did a smile. But I was quite happy to get those because like usually center means relics and it's really hard to get away versus all-in with versus someone who has 5 relics. But here at 4 relics, I was feeling confident. I knew I had to hold, which is not easy with the heal control. But yeah, I was feeling really good when I took those relics.
Yeah. We were impressed by that as well. Jumping into game 3, the bull, that felt like a my insanity special. Like, how much did you practice that map with your my insanity teammates?
We didn't practice it that much. We talked a lot about strategies on this map though. And yeah, that was the strategy we had since first week, and I really knew what to do. Like, I had in mind what I needed to do, so I just reminded myself before the game, and that was just doing a clear plan, like playing a build order scenario, and that's it.
Okay, nice. Then we had a crazy wild Atacama game where we felt like both are going, like you had 3 stables, got so much. Where did it slip out of your hands, you felt?
I think in Feudal Age, I took a bad fight. I didn't check his upgrades or his scouts. I checked like 30 seconds ago, and I was ahead in upgrades, and then the fight was really bad. And then it was not looking really good because I lost my archer number, and versus Hindustani, you struggle so much versus camels if you don't have that archer number. And I had to win early on because Hindustanis are just like, much better later on. I feel like they're weaker early, but if they hold, they're going to be way superior.
Okay. Were you like concerned at all? Like, oh boy, I'm 3-0 up, and now he's getting back his confidence and can take the whole set away from you, or were you still like heavily confident?
I was confident because I've been playing ton of activity in the ladder. That's by far my best map, like by far. And also I was feeling pretty good today. Like sometimes you have a bad day and sometimes you have a good day. Like today was a good day, so I just need to focus.
Okay. How do you think Incas can play it to beat Vietnamese there?
I'm not sure. I think Eagle is only viable with Aztec, and I think that's just that's a safe win for Vietnamese. Maybe play like a defensive siege and try to boom into then spam Eagle and just raid with some Eagles at the same time. But like defensive mangonels will work, but it's definitely not easy for him.
Okay, then you're going to the main event. What are your goals for the tournament?
Top 8. Yeah, top 8.
Okay, reasonable goal for sure. What are you most looking forward to at the
do my first LAN event, because I never participated to any, and that's can't wait to be there and meet the AoE community, everyone, and play in the LAN event. That's not something you can do every day.
Yeah, true. How is your preparation going to look like? Like My Insanity, they have to be really happy with the result now, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But we are practicing a lot. I was like, even if I lost to Daniel, I was really happy for him that he qualified. I wanted to qualify to go with him even more. So yeah, we are all really happy.
Okay, anyone with any questions? Otherwise, I would just repeat my congratulations. Very happy that you're going to be there. Feels very deserved as well, and you will be a tough task for a lot of people. We know with your crazy archer and scale micro.
I hope so. Thank you.